Fam, I was delighted. You doing tonight? Ready for the weekend? I know you are. I was delighted to see Deebo talking trash. You know, when you think about it, most of this team should be ready to talk some major trash. Last year, everybody's sitting back in the hospital and at home and got the leg raised up in the air or whatever. And then you got to hear things like, Rams, man, y'all finished. What? Boy, ooh. Today's headline subject, Deebo was given a chance to speak on how he felt about the Niners' chances in the 2021 season and what is perceived by many as a heightened threat of the LA Rams due to roster improvements. Deebo was very indignant with his response to the question on the 21st and Prime podcast with Deion, Primetime Sanders, and Jamie Dukes. Tonight, we'll be taking your calls regarding Deebo's justified defiance and machismo about the widespread doubt towards San Francisco, along with everything trending red and gold during this Offseason 2021. Oh, man. Hey, fam. 49ers tendered one-year deal for Daniel Brunskill, but released Ronnie Blair. Man. Niners have announced that the team has tendered a one-year contract to exclusive rights free agent offensive lineman Daniel Brunskill. And the bad news, as I mentioned, the team released Ronnie B. Man, I knew. I kind of worried about that because if he couldn't heal up and get back in time and let the doctors tell Kyle and John things like, yeah, he's ready to go. Brunskill's only 27 years old. So the guy's got 30 game appearances and 23 starts through his 2 seasons with the Niners, starting all 16 games in last year's disastrous 2020. Dude is tough because, just say, if you're a 49er player and you can say you went the whole season, that's saying something. We may have 3 or 4 guys from last year's team that went the whole season. Brunskill, Fred Warner. Damn, I got to think about that. Everybody went down at least for a while. Lakin stayed out on the field, him and Michael Blinchy. The offensive line had guys out, but they couldn't get 2 or 3 guys were there all season. And remember, we almost lost Trent Williams. He got hurt, but he came and played. No, Trent did miss the game, didn't he? And he came back immediately after that. He came back from some kind of an ankle injury, I think, as I remember. But about Ronnie B, he last played during the 2019 season when he recovered 21 tackles, 3 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, and 3 quarterback hits through 9 game appearances. That kind of production off the bench was one of the reasons why the Niners were one of the most dominant defenses in that 2019 Super Bowl season. You know what that has to mean, though, fam? If you speculate further, that has to mean that Kerry Hyder is a target for Lynch and Shanny right now. They ain't no more BS, and you can't lose Hyder and Ronnie Blair. It would have been awesome to have them both, but no, you ain't losing both of them. If Ronnie B, though, if he can ever get back from that knee injury, Bobby Salaboy is waiting on him. So Bobby Salo campaigned heavily for him to join the Jets. So because I feel bad for him because the guy's a good ball player. He helped us out a lot. Good luck, Ronnie B. Also, E-Man Sanders, E-Man, their names, what? E-Man Mosley, right? 2 years, $10.1 million. I knew they were going to take him out of that category they had him in as a restricted free agent. So he's not going anywhere. Adam Schefter of ESPN reports that the Niners have reached an agreement with Mrs. Mosley's baby boy. He was scheduled to become a restricted free agent, as I just mentioned, and that is now over, and the team can no longer be accused of not having not a single cornerback inked for the 2021 season. Thank you, E-Man Mosley. Because, as you know, the Niners have several cornerbacks scheduled to become free agents next week. Next week. I didn't say next. I said next week, not next season, next week. Prague, John, Kyle, Adam, including Richard Sherman. We already knew Sherman let everybody know he was out before the season even ended. Jason Verrett has already made it clear that he's going to be out looking for more money. K'Wan Williams and Spoon. And then you got Sherman saying things like, man, Faithful, man, y'all got to realize, man, K'Wan's from New Jersey. Sherman, you didn't have to, there was no need to share that information. That was TMI, bro. Stop it. We got enough of the anxiety. Stop. And Spoon, what are they going to do with Spoon, fam? Are they going to sign Spoon? The team was estimated to own nearly $25 million in salary cap space before they signed Mosley. We'll see what happens next. Now, today's matter. Let's get into the fun stuff. And Rudy, our resident Ram fan, really, believe me when I say that when Deebo speaks, he speaks for millions. The Niner community behind the walls of red and gold were shining brightly as we laugh at what's going on in L.A. Deebo does not know what it's like to lose to the Rams. Deebo is 4-0 in his 2 NFL seasons against L.A. and had some of the best games against Los Angeles. Every time he's seen them. It's a significant rivalry to Deebo, too. Remember Aaron Donald, though, after being asked about Deebo during the first meeting between the two teams last year? How can you forget, right? AD seemingly acted as though he did not know who Deebo was. Donald was asked by the reporter who inquired about Samuel. Who? Who's that? Aaron, you know that dude that kept running by you at 100 miles an hour, and your neck kept doing like that? Yeah, that was Deebo. And that's why Aaron kept saying they kept running the ball, man. That's why I didn't have my regular game. Yeah, that's what happens, Aaron. You got to learn how to stop the run. During 2019, Deebo had 6 catches for 66 yards, and a touchdown during the first meeting between the Niners and Rams. Deebo domination continued in episode 2 of the season, racking up 11 catches for 133 yards. They helped complete the sweep for the second consecutive season. Last week, Deebo joined the 21st and Prime podcast with Deion Sanders and Jamie Dukes. He was asked about his early success against the Rams and if he is worried about Sean McVay and company possibly loading up this offseason to make a run at reclaiming the division crown. Why did he do that? Deebo huffed and he puffed before saying, quote, I ain't lost to them in 2 years. I ain't lost to the Rams in 2 years. So it is what it is. Then try to do what we do, but they can't do it like we do it. You feel what I'm saying? Unquote. Deebo is referring to McVay running a similar offense to that of the Niners head coach, Kyle Shanahan. Deebo's losing no sleep over this offseason exchange of Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. And like the rest of the Niners, Deebo has a lot of trust in Shanahan to outsmart opponents, including and especially the Rams. And Deebo saying, as long as we do what we're told, man, nobody can whoop us. Deebo continued his rant saying the Rams want to play action all game. They ain't dropping back and letting the ball go. They can't do it. They want to play action, get the little down flats, the little flat routes all game. Just let their people run. You ain't going to win like that. That's why they got rid of Jared Goff, unquote. Next question. What about the 49ers' hopes for the upcoming season? Despite the sweep of the Rams, San Francisco finished with just 6 wins in an injury-plagued 2020 campaign. Ha! Deebo proceeded to drop the following statistic to put everything in perspective and explain why he feels 2021 will be different. Quote, me, George and Brandon Ayuk, out of 1,100 plays, how many plays do you think we played together this past season? D answered his own question saying, quote, 156. Me, Kittle, Ayuk, and Jimmy. How many plays you think we played out of 1,100? 126. Now you do the math for that. Bam! Dang! Ah! Yo! That's how you talk to these people. See, I tell you, fam, here's the thing. Was Deebo out of line? Did he say too much and assume too many things? Is Deebo going to be able to back up what he said? Do you believe? I really enjoyed that so much. Oh, God, D. Don't hold back. Big Daddy Hot Boys. What up? Hey, from the Northern Cal SUV 90 Empire chapter. What's up, Big Daddy Hot Boys? Hot Boys 49. Yeah, I like that. For Kobe, right? He says, I am so happy we signed E-Man and dad of Darnold Brunskill. Oh, dad of Daniel Brunskill. Both are bad men. I like this. Hey, Eric C7K. Hey, Rob, I thought I was hating on Jimmy on Insta, but I want Jimmy's money given back to the team so to restructure his contract. Oh, okay. Were you one of the people I was like giving grief to? I don't mean to be giving y'all some grief, but I just like to hit y'all up with logic sometimes. But yeah, Jimmy's probably, you know what, Patrick Mahomes restructured, Brady's restructured. So, you know, Jimmy's probably, if they ask him, I'm sure he's going to do it. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Mario Perez, hey, what's up? Hey, I thought Jimmy G was Patriots plan A. And also, come to find out, the 49ers never ask a word about Teddy Bridgewater. See how these lies start running around and getting out of control? Ray Jr., what's up? I'm glad Raheem was returning. Today was a good day. I didn't even hear about Mostert. Is he back on the fold already? Well, Raheem doesn't have to sign. He's on a contract anyway, though. Jay Realistic with a rubber bang bang Niner gang. We keeping Mosey and Brunskill. Let's go. Maybe Ray J. Maybe you're talking about Mosey, I guess. Bang bang Niner gang. We keeping Mosey and Brunskill. Let's go. Because, you know, it is some business got to be attended to, man. You can't let that last. 2020 was sick. Got beat like that. Mr. Block, guys, what's up, fam? Thank you so much. Hey, let's go. Let's go. And it's free agent time. Let's get it. Go Niners. Boy, Monday Night Raw and Sunday. That's gonna be crazy, man. Hey, Tony, come on in, man.
Aloha. How are you?
Oh, it's Tony. We got too many Tonys. We got put something next to Tony's name. Put Tony Bra. B-R-U-H. Tony!
Happy Aloha Friday, Ronbo. How are you feeling today?
Thanks, Tony. Aloha. Great, man. You know, Deebo inspired me, you know. See, because there are a lot of people that think the 49ers can't recover from last year, I would imagine, right? So, you know, the 49ers, I like this because this kind of fire is going to inspire them. They're going to be, like, pumped up. As soon as OTAs open up, everything gets underway. We're talking about an inspiring thing that took place last year. So I'm looking forward to this season like crazy. But Tony, your feeling on Deebo with all the bravado, and how you feeling about now that we have Mosley and Brunskill and these guys? Is that okay with you?
So anybody who says that the 49ers cannot rebound just simply doesn't know anything about NFL football. The fact of the matter is that we were injured last season, and you look at even beyond all the free agents, we have a very, very solid roster. I mean, Nick Bosa is coming back from that injury, and that is going to change everything about how dominant that defense could be. And and in terms of Deebo, he's living up to his namesake. You know,
Deebo, bully.
Yep, he's a brash bully. He's showing some fire, and I absolutely love it. And I don't know. Some people were saying on Twitter that he was like throwing shade at Jimmy G. I don't think he was. I think he was just coming out. Actually, I think he was throwing some shade at Russell Wilson, you really want my honest opinion about that. But I like it when an impact player like Deebo Samuel is spitting fire the way that he was. And then in regards to Brunskill, that's a quality re-sign for us, and I believe we didn't have to put. Did we put a free agent tender on him, or did we straight up re-sign him? Do you know?
Brunskill, I forgot the details. He's got a 1-year deal that I know. So I guess those are considered tenders, aren't they?
I guess. Well,
due to the fact that his status.
There's a difference in that. I think if you free agent tender them, it takes up a little bit more salary cap space. So I know Mosley's deal was not like that was a straight up 2-year re-sign. So he signed a 2-year deal, and actually it's a Parag. It's a classic Parag deal where the base salary and the way it's going to charge our cap is going to be more like backup cornerback money. But if he hits all of his incentives, it can be up to a $10 million deal. So understanding Mosley's physical limitations, but also understanding the fact that Mosley has heart and is a good player, I think ultimately that is an excellent deal. And it brings somebody back from this past year to get some more continuity coming back and looking out there. I'll be honest with you. I like Mosley a lot. He fought through a lot in order to be able to be the starter. I don't think he is as physically talented as Akella Witherspoon. And obviously Jason Verrett, when he's healthy, is better than both of those guys. But in terms of bringing somebody back, I'm excited to have Mosley back. And, I think we're going to be in store for some bigger news coming Monday. But and also, one last thing with Brunskill, I like that re-signing of him because he can play actually tackle, guard, and center. So he's our utility offensive lineman. And honestly, I really hope he ends up being the swing tackle next year, and maybe like the 6th offensive lineman, depending upon who we draft. So I'm hopeful to see some movement there too, if we re-sign Trent Williams, of course. But
I
how
know,
do you
right?
think about
We
that?
all have to say if because it hasn't happened yet. It's scary.
Yeah, it sure is. And something else I know we have been kind of shying away from talking about Jimmy Garoppolo and what's going on with my fears about
I
us.
love we've been shying away.
Well, I feel guilty. I feel guilty talking about him because I feel like that's all we ever talk about as 49ers fans. But
and that's not going to stop. To jump right
no. Yeah. Well, no, it's not going to stop. But I really do like overall the notion today talking about how getting Sam Darnold to push Jimmy because really what we're doing is we're investing in that quarterback room. We might be overpaying for it with both Jimmy and Darnold, but looking at it going into the season, if our quarterback room for next year ends up being Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen, that is an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins, and CJ Beathard. And so, I'm excited, about all of that. And, I really, though, we all got to wait and see for Monday and the tampering period and oh God, we just got that one last hurdle to see how much other teams are going to throw at Trent Williams, and maybe we can get him back.
2 days. The period stretches across 2 days before somebody has to make an offer, right? So that'll be the thing. The 49ers can make an offer. They may have already done so, and then Trent says, "Well, we had an agreement. I'm going to go out and check things out, and I'll probably be right back." Y'all know I'm going to be back. Come on now, don't worry. But somebody go crazy out there and say the wrong thing.
If Trent Williams didn't do that, his agent is committing a high crime in a misdemeanor because, quite frankly,
true.
He can see free agency. He might as well see what he can get at the top of the mountaintop. And so let him look around. But I think my gut is the 49ers have an offer on the table, and I am hopeful that news on Monday will be other people are going to be calling Trent's agent, and Trent's going to be like, nah, man, I like that Niners offer better, and we'll sign on that dotted line. So, but if we don't have any news on Tuesday, Ronbo, I'll be real scared.
You and a whole lot of others of us too, Tony. We have to go through this drama last year it was Robbie, right? Was that last year was Robbie, right?
Yeah. But we can franchise tag Robbie Gold at least. We can't do that to Trent Williams, although franchising a kicker is so silly.
We have that option, right? God. So here we go. Who's going to be next year? Here's a painful thing, a nightmare. Fred Warner is hedging on, and his agent has said that he's probably not going to show up again. No, don't start this. I can already see it,
Well, and again, Ronbo, this is my big thing. And going back to Jimmy Voldemort Garoppolo, as it were, He is being paid handsomely. He has taken over $85 million from the San Francisco 49ers to miss 47% of the games since he signed that $137 million deal.
Yeah.
I would very much, as a fan, like to see him just say, all right, guys, look what Tom Brady did. Look what Tom Brady did. He made his contract count $15 million against next year's cap for the Buccaneers so they can go out and get Shaq Barrett or whomever else they might need to sign, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown.
And that's the Brady way. Tony, we're going to go.
Yep.
We're already coming in too late tonight. Always as usual. Great stuff. Well, we'll be back to Sunday.
All right.
Sunday.
All right, Tony. Aloha, Ronbo.
Aloha, Tony. Talk to you in a minute. And also, as I mentioned, Mahomes is already giving back some money, too. Those guys have huge contracts. So Brady didn't, but Brady says, my wife makes more money than I do, so it's not a real big deal. And there he is, of course, the Rude Man. That's a good name for Rudy, the Rude Man. It fits him. Deebo, question mark, who, question mark. A guy who's never made a Pro Bowl and couldn't carry Woods off Cup's jock. Deebo isn't even fourth best wide receiver in NFC West. Sit your sorry ass down. Rudy, how about a round of applause for our resident Rams fan? Hey, Brittany. Brittany. Oh, Brittany.
Ronbo?
Hey, Brittany. Brittany.
What's up?
Well, Brittany, come in and say hello to Rudy, because today's subject matter is definitely going to offend him, and he's already feeling not good about that.
How you doing, Rudy?
Rudy, we love you. Brittany, Rudy's upset because Deebo has came in and stated a lot of clear truths. Did you hear anything that Deebo said that wasn't right?
No. Everything he said was absolutely correct. So I don't have a problem with it because it's like I get where he's coming from. McVay keeps thinking that he can run the same system as Shanahan, but I'm sorry, no one can do it better than Kyle Shanahan. That's hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, and Brittany, you have a lot of copycat teams out there going to try to do the Shanahan, but that's the funny part about it. Yeah, the old master.
It's not only McVay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're right.
It's not only McVay. You see Matt LaFleur doing it, and like I said, no one can do it better than Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The original is always like that. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad about it, and plus the doubts. Deebo's right about that too. Rebound, 2020, awful, injured, ridiculous. So yes, I do see this team rebounding. We're getting Bosa back. Mosley is back. Thank God for that signing.
I know.
And we getting Brunskill.
Yeah.
Trouble.
And
right now, we also just have to make sure we secure Trent. That is the main focus. Get Trent, get Juice if we can. Not if we can. We need to get Juice back.
Yes. You know what, though, Brittany? I have a feeling. I don't know why the 49ers haven't asked Jimmy, because I'm sure he'll say okay, or his agent will say fine, because Jimmy said go ahead, please. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering, do they have all this situation under control? I kind of think, Parag Marathi is like a human computer, right? This guy, I'm sure he's already got this all figured out. 49er fans are freaking out, but I don't know that we should even actually entertain that kind of thinking with the people we have in that front office. They know what they're doing. So, and I grabbed it. What about DeForest Buckner? Well, Buckner, did you think that we should have paid $22 million for Buckner?
Ronbo, this is what I'm going to say. Both John and Kyle have said it multiple times. They have a starting quarterback. So here's my thing. If John and Kyle said it, doesn't that stick into your mind? Because here's an example. Before the Goff trade, did you once hear from GM Snead and Coach McVay say that Goff is their guy? You only heard them say Goff is their guy for now.
True. And Brittany,
And
add
also,
to that,
did you hear any
John
of the
said that
Rams
3 times.
teammates say that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Did you hear any Rams teammates say that same thing?
Ever? No. Not me talking the whole time he's been there. I've never heard a Ram say anything nice about Jared Goff. Maybe because we don't pay
So
attention to
my
the media
thing
so
is,
much.
Right. My thing is, I think the front office got this under control. Now, if John and Kyle both ask Jimmy to take a restructure, I think he's going to do it.
I do.
Because all Jimmy wants to do is just play.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do is just play.
And he knows he needs his guys, you know. Any team does. You see Brady do it, and it's not anything to do with his skill prowess. You see Brady do it. You see Mahomes do it. These are supposedly almost in that order, the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So you know,
Right.
Yeah, they must have it under control.
It's just that it has to be under control. The nonsense around is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And as I said, I saw where it was corrected. The 49ers never called Bridgewater. And I said, you know, how do these lies get started? I said, why would they call for Bridgewater?
And also another thing that just happened today with the Patriots, Jimmy was never plan A. He was never plan A from the beginning.
You have to have a deal in place to be talking like that to begin with. Eric Mangini pointed that out. You know, what's it? Plan A? Why would that be plan A? And Belichick doesn't let things like that
the first time, as soon as you hear it the first time, it's like nonsense. It's constant like that all the time. All the time. It's Patriots talk circles right back to Jim. Ridiculous.
We go through this every offseason, Brittany. And next year there's going to be more science fiction.
Off-season.
Even if Jimmy wins the Super Bowl next year, there will still, for some
it's still
bizarre...
Gonna be the same thing.
They'll be the same thing, right? It's strange. He is hated.
It's still going to be the same thing.
He'll give everybody the glory except for Jimmy. No matter if he passes 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. Yeah, well, he couldn't have done it without. Brittany, we're gonna run out of time. Let's see you Sunday. I'm loving that you're getting in here. We'll see you Sunday, okay?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Let's hope we keep Trent. You got to keep Trent.
Yeah, I hope so too. God. All right.
All right.
Have a great
care,
evening.
Ronbo.
You too. See you on Twitter. Brittany and I, and we got 2 others. One other lady. We like dominate. Haters be coming. Bam, bam. Hey, McVay showing no mercy. Stafford unleashed in L.A. Rudy, thanks for the contribution, though. Wait, Kyle is supposed to be a genius, but can't win without Jittery G. Meanwhile, McVay's offense keeps Rams winning, and playoffs and Super Bowl continues. Rudy, you hurt my feelings with that one. I got to admit, that hurt me. Okay. And the real McCoy, thanks to real McCoy, X-Fam. Crusty. Oh, Crusty. Crusty. So we come back and get Crusty. Chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Well, Phil, we've got Mosley, we got Brunskill. You know, we're signing little ones slowly but surely, working up to the big payday. And
comment on Brunskill.
Okay.
And Mosley. They were exclusive rights restricted free agents. They were going to be on the team
no matter
regardless.
What.
They had no right to talk to anybody else. So they were going to get their base salary plus 10%. I'm sure Brunskill, if it's a 1 year, it's $750,000 against the cap. And Mosley is more incentive based if he starts games, which is the incentive. There's 2 types of incentives. There's the one that you're likely to get and ones that you're unlikely to get, and it's based on the prior year. So if you put him as a starter for the whole year, he wasn't a starter for the whole year last year. So therefore, it's an unlikely cap and wouldn't go against the cap. So I think it's mostly incentive-based, and it'll probably not hurt us at all as far as cap room. So just
So
wanted
they
to
don't give
throw
all the
that out
details,
there.
but they just put the number he's shooting for, basically.
Yes.
Ah.
So, the other thing is on the Rams, I mean, they've got $33 billion still to cut.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at their contracts, and it's going to be a hard route. And they've already lost 6 starters to free agency that they can't re-sign. They have no money.
God.
So they're going to lose a lot more players. I think Brockers is gone. He's going to be a cap casualty. They haven't started. At least the Saints have started cutting guys to get down.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the Rams are the worst team as far as over the cap at $33 million. So they've got a tough time. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to cut some guys.
Phil, and do you think they'd entertain the idea of asking Aaron Donald? Aaron, can we talk for you a minute? Listen, if you're calling me in to ask me to restructure my contract, the answer is no right now. Trade me.
I think they have to.
They do.
But they're going to kick the can down. They're going to kick the can down the road. So they're going to extend the length and then give them a signing bonus and then have it shoot out over the length of the contract.
And they may as well, because they're going to keep him for years anyway. So just,
Well, not for 10 years.
Well,
the contract right now is going out 5.
Ooh.
He's not going to last that long.
Ooh, and you're talking a minimum of 8. That's right.
So, the Rams are in trouble. They're going to go off a cliff at some point in the near future, and it's going to be ugly.
And they're
going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to be the Cincinnati Bengals of the West.
And when they started down that rabbit hole, where was the insights to realize mathematically you're digging a pit, and no Super Bowls to show for it. Playoffs.
They got that new stadium. They got the new stadium, Ronbo, and they want to fill it right away.
Yep.
And they're not caring about the future.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they got to pay that rent. That's true.
Next week's going to be exciting. I think Trent Williams will be back. I think K1 may be back. Juice, I hope. And if we get those 3, and then draft a couple of corners, and you know what I would do in the second round this draft is draft a quarterback that you can groom.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want Sam Donald. Sam Donald is
he's
not
tainted.
good.
Tainted goods. His contract ends next year, so what is the point? You're not going to extend him until next year. And if he's not, what if he doesn't any playing time? It's the thing. Go ahead and take. And Kyle's going to have to make a better choice of a draft pick as far as quarterback goes, because he's don't bring another.
I don't know if you heard this, but on Matt Mayoka's podcast, and I think Matt Mayoka is one of the few journalists that are honest and try to get it right. Instead of throwing crap on the wall. But he was saying that D Ford is working out every day at the Niners facility. So if he's working out, his back must not be that bad.
Phil, honestly, if he's healthy, yes, don't worry about the edge. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yes. Maybe that's why they didn't let him play last year. Because they said, you know what, let's not risk any more injury. Let's get ready for 2021. This year's done. Maybe.
But apparently Matt Mayoka said he's working out. So at least he'd pass a physical, and then the Niners could make a decision based on that. But, I don't know.
I know. It's all we can say is wait. We got to wait. We got to wait. I hope it works out.
I think Richburg's gone at June 1st, so they can clear up $7 million a cap.
Yeah.
And then, we go out and sign some players. But I think Brumskill's going to be our right guard. And I think if we get Mac at center and then draft a, guard center for the future that can learn the system.
Yep.
Because you can't stick a rookie in there and just expect him to
not in
to know all
system.
the calls and everything else.
Yeah, come on. People trying to
even
stick
our
rookies.
defensive system.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, you can't put rookies in there and expect them. I think you can put a rookie at corner because they're out on an island, and all they do is just say cover that guy.
Especially if you got a tough
but
front line
everywhere
defense attacking like we should have. Phil, we're going to be out of time here. Let me, as usual, Tim, you always bring enlightenment, Phil. I love it. Things that people didn't know, you come in and clear for me. I love it. Thank you, Phil.
You should have a show every day next week because there's going to be a lot going on.
It will be such a pleasure.
Every day.
And you're right,
All right,
though.
man.
This is going to be a tense week. All right. So I'll see you Sunday.
Okay.
All right,
Later.
Phil. Later, man.
Bye.
Yeah, Phil's always got these things that you just, Tony, thanks for the contribution. Thanks as always for the forum. Tony, thank you, Tony, for making the program. And I just love your style. Hey, Krusty.
Hey, what's going on, man? Tried answering before, it didn't work.
That's okay. We got you now. So, Krusty, man, we're looking at the 49ers methodically doing what they do, impressing and not embarrassing us as 49er fans, and doing things that make sense, unlike in contrast what they're doing in SoCal. And, the question, Deebo reflected upon us all about most 49er fans, not all of us, most 49er fans realize the only reason why we sunk like the Titanic last year is due to injuries. That is the only reason why. So when people ask, so you guys concerned about the Rams? They've made a lot of changes. And also, what are your hopes for the 2021 season? What? And what are your feelings on these things, Krusty?
Well, I agree with you. We had a lot of injuries last year. It wasn't just Jimmy's fault. I was looking at the records last year of what happened, if you actually want to sit there and think about it, if Jimmy was in those games, regardless of the talent, he would have won most of those games. Because if you think about it, in 2017 when he came, he had the same freaking players that both Hoyer and Beathard had, and he won 5 in a row. Mm-hmm. And if he was in the season, all 2018, we would have probably had a winning season that season too. So this last season,
maybe the wild card, maybe.
We would have been in the playoffs every year. This last season was a total failure by everybody with the injury bug. Kittle, Mostert, Wilson, Tevin Coleman, Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas. I can go down the list.
Oh, you'll wear yourself out. There's just too many names. Yeah.
We had more money on the freaking IR than we did actually freaking playing when it came to this year. So
plus million, okay? $80 million sitting
so
on the bench.
it's ridiculous. When it comes to thinking, everybody blames Jimmy. Okay, all right, whatever. You blame whoever you feel is wrong, or whoever you feel is right in this point. But it's not him. Like I said before, if Nick Mullins didn't freaking crap out against the Eagles, Jimmy would have sat during the Miami game, and probably the following game got fully healed before he came back in, and we probably would have made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But like I said, when we came to play the Eagles before, the thing is, this is exactly what happened in 2018. He came out in the first game and wowed us, and then he freaking took a shit on the rest of the season after that. That's exactly what happened. Because he win 2 games this last year? Same thing he did in 2018, and everybody was wowed about his coming in his stats, because everybody's looking at stats and not looking at wins and losses, which is what really matters. Because you could have the best stats. Look at Deshaun Watson. Everybody's freaking throwing all this thing on. 4 games?
Yeah, come on. But nobody complains.
Games. He may have thrown 5,000 yards, but who gives a shit if you only won 4 games? No one cares. And you know what? Did you see the Rashawn Slater's pro day?
Who? Slater? No, I've heard about it. I need to go back and watch a lot of film. Tell me about it. I mean, I love hearing about him because he could be our guy.
We were talking about the 40 from the guy from the Panthers the other day. Rashawn Slater won a 4.88 40.
I thought it's a 4.78.
Lineman.
Oh my God.
4.88 from what I saw.
Man,
that's fast for a lineman. Most linemen run 5 something.
At least.
So this dude's super fast. He's super strong. They said that even Daniel Jeremiah came out and said he could be probably one of the members of like the 30-30-30 club, which is rare for any lineman to be able to get, 30 reps and freaking bench press and 30 this, 30 of that. And this guy could be a rare talent that everybody's overlooking. They're looking at Sewell's freaking raw talent. They're saying that Slater is the more NFL ready tackle out of everybody. And that kind of worries me because I feel like he might be off the board before 12 now. And in all honesty, if we're talking about trading up for somebody, I would trade up for this guy.
Yeah.
He's the only person I would freaking trade up for in this whole draft because I feel like he's somebody. He even came out and said that he goes after
Joe
himself.
Staley.
He named a whole bunch of tackles, but he specifically named Joe Staley and Trent Williams as well.
And he likes what the 49ers
He came
do.
out. He's already talked to the Niners.
Yeah.
He's already talked to the Niners. It seems like the Niners are already interested in this man. So if we're going to make any draft moves and stuff I wouldn't be surprised if we traded up to make sure that we could get our guy in Rashawn Slater like the Buccaneers did last year and got Tristan Wirfs. Because, this guy is freaking, from what I've seen, he's amazing. He's fast. He's quick on his feet. He can hold people off. Sure, he's got short arms and stuff like that, but he's going to learn from the best,
Mm-hmm.
So
he's going
to
be fine.
I think we should go with that guy.
Yeah. If he's at 12, you know what? It's watch. There's no point. Anything else anybody else was thinking about, forget about it. The 49ers are going to go line. That's how you win games. Defensive and offensive lines, right? That's what's going to happen.
But even then, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded up for him too. They're already in talks with this guy, so I'd be happy if we got Slater. That's who I'm hoping we pull. So, but he might also be. People might have seen this pro day and think that he's better than Penei Sewell too, and someone might, Bengals might try to draft him at 5, or he might go first. He might be the first overall tackle off the board too. That kind of worries me a little bit, but
because I'm wondering, all those quarterbacks, there's about 3 that have got to go in the top 5, right? And then what?
Right.
You know what? If you go down the line, you'll fix it so we get this guy. Because if you go down, you look at the Surtain, you look at Kyle Pitts. If you don't keep going down, the 49ers will fall to 12. We'll see. Penei's got to get in there early. So, we'll see, Krusty. We're going to run out of time now, though.
It's like I've only done a couple mock drafts for Slater's and jobs before, but if that's the case, there's always been Kyle Pitts. Or I've seen Jamar Chase get down to 12 at one time. If that was the case, that's the only wide receiver I'd ever draft in the first round. So we'll see.
There you go. All right, Krusty. Good stuff. Hey, let me see it. We'll see Sunday, okay? Man.
Yeah, see you Sunday, man.
Sunday's going to be crazy. Thanks, fam. Yeah, we're going to be thinking about what's going to happen on Monday. All right? And we're going to freak out because free agency's underway. Rudy's got a lot to say tonight. I knew he would. The future is now. When or next 2 to 3 years. Just because you take your time doesn't mean it's a better approach. Rams front office has shown they got this. Rudy, I am impressed, though, with how you have bought completely into that LA program. You guys have dug a pit you're never going to get up out of. We just did, Rudy. What am I looking at? Oh. 11 minutes to go. Let me hurry up. It's Cynthia's B-Day. Oh, by the way, earlier people were asking about my coughing. I had actually choked myself. So, yeah, thanks for the concern, though. I'm okay. As you can see, I'm getting ready to sing. You got to be careful. Stick to the single malt, but don't get crazy. Make sure it goes down the right place. Get that stuff in your chest. It'll kill you. Happy Niners birthday to one of the finest ladies on the planet that supports the Niner Empire. She's red and gold all the way through. It's birthday time for Sin. Happy Niners birthday, dear Sin. Happy Niners birthday, dear sin. Happy one day I'm gonna really check out and see how long I can actually do that. Even sometimes I'm impressed. It's birthday, Sin. Oh God. I really enjoy that. I probably enjoy that more than the person that's having the birthday. Sin! Oh, it's a great day. Sin, make sure it is tomorrow, Sin. Or when you wake up. Deion, come on. Dave!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Hey, you know, man, I'm just so glad that we have a wide receiver with an attitude and is not going to sit back quietly and take things lightly when people come confronting him about the prowess of this team. The testosterone is still flowing in Santa Clara. Make no mistake, those who keep poking the sleeping bear are going to get hurt. And I can't wait. Deebo's letting them all know, too. And then you got them signings today. Hey, Deion, how did that translate in your mind? Now, you see the little signings going on, and Phil just cleared some things off. Those are not dangerous signings. $750,000 and another incentive contract. They let Ronnie B go, so I'm thinking Kerry Hyder, you're up next, and that type of thing for that kind of guy. But what are you thinking?
Oh, man, I'm very happy that we signed E-Man Mosley. Once I saw that, I was ready to jump out of my seat. That's definitely one of the best things, strictly for me. Then on top of that, having Brunskill back means that we're good at the right guard spot, so that means that our line should be partially, we should be more solidified. You know we got Brunskill, we know we got McGlinchey, and we know that we have...
Wait. Hey, Rudy, and Brunskill likes to play against Aaron. All right, go ahead, D.
Oh yeah, he loves some Aaron Donald, but having those two dudes signed is definitely a great thing for the squad. We need to make sure we keep some continuity on the line. I didn't hear this Deebo interview, so I definitely have to look that up and check that out because
I'll give you a link.
Definitely going to be great.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's and I mean I like the cockiness of Deebo show from everything that you've said so far, because it just makes sense. You know, you don't want to go ahead and show that you have no faith in your team, and then at the same time, what he was saying was all facts. You know, you didn't have him, Kittle, and Ayuk on the field at the same time with Jimmy, with a starting offensive line. You know, if we have some freaking nature chance where we can get Trent back, then, that means that we're good because you know what? We can go ahead. I saw that we released Ronald Blair too.
I know. I was hoping he'll heal up. Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I'm glad. I'll tell you this. I like Ronnie B. I do. And I love what he brings to the table. But my biggest issue is the fact that, he just wasn't going to wind up healthy, man. Yeah. And we need to make sure that we have people that are healthy because I'm tired of dealing with injury-prone players because it's just a waste of space and a waste of a roster spot. We can have somebody else there that will make a lot more sense that can be on the field producing for us rather than us just paying a dude, a bunch of money to watch him sit on the sideline and do nothing. But great sightings. Wonderful day for the 49ers and for us as 49er fans. And I think that it'll be even cooler, if we can get Trent. If we get Trent, I'm telling you right now, it'll be the biggest off-season addition. We won't have to worry about anything else. But if we lose Trent, then that's where our draft now becomes different because we know Jimmy's not going anywhere with the Patriots signing Cam Newton. If they sign, they're not going to trade for Jimmy G and say, "Oh, well, he's still going to be our future." That is definitely not going to make any sense.
I doubt that was ever even in play. can you imagine the Hawks are having a lot of trouble with Rusty because Rusty thinks he's not being protected? Will the Hawks get rid of everybody on the team just to get Rusty that one player? Say, now you got your, we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this, but Russ, at least you're happy.
Yeah, but Russ's biggest thing, and the thing that I like about Russell is not giving, he's not complaining and griping for any reason.
No, he's got
Russell
a
is
reason.
basically
He's
saying,
right.
period.
He's
saying this O-line is trash. Y'all need to start protecting me better, or I want out of here, or I can go somewhere where they can protect me, which makes a lot of sense. So I don't want them to, people have to understand his situation. But for us, man, great signings. We're going to be perfectly fine with those dudes. I don't see us doing a lot in the free agent market because we're going to spend most of our money trying to re-sign Trent at a bare minimum. And if we do wind up in a situation where we have, any extra money and we can, make some things happen, then, yeah, we might try to get a free agent or two. But we're not going to be going after the Bud Duprees of the world and stuff like that. And then,
Bud came off
I
an
would like
injury.
to, but I
didn't know
mean,
he tore his knee up last year.
He's coming off I think he's coming off a torn ACL. But I mean, you think about that: Bud Dupree, Dre Greenlaw, and Fred Warner. Are you serious? Like, that's flat out ridiculous. But they say everybody was like, "Oh, well, look at what happened. Quan's free. Nah, he ain't gonna come back. We done did him greasy already. We gave him all that money.
Yeah,
and Dre is perfectly fine where he's at. So I think that'd be the craziest thing. I mean, and then I've seen some mock drafts from people out there. Stop having us drafting a tight end or a running back.
I know, it's not
It
going to happen.
doesn't make sense.
I was guilty of that.
Stop. Just let it go. If your mock draft includes a tight end or a running back, redo it. Because we have no need for a tight end, and we already have too many damn running backs, and we always get UDFAs that are running backs and turn them into stars. We don't need that. We need offensive line, and we need defensive backs. We only have one now, and, you know what I'm saying, we need to make sure that we shore up that O-line, and we shore up the defensive backfield. We have no reason to be drafting a tight end or a running back. Somebody had us drafting Kyle Pitts in the first round.
Oh, I tell you.
Why not just re-sign Jordan Reed?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh,
I
keep forgetting about him. D, well, we ran out of time. We always do so quick. Listen, D, let me see you Sunday. I'm probably going to see. We're going to be busy next week all week. It's going to be crazy.
All week. Yeah, you're going to be doing your thing. I'm going to have to do my thing, too, because I know next week going to be crazy. I didn't do anything about the Eman Mobley signing. But, yeah, appreciate you, Ronbo. Love the platform. Everybody out there, if you're listening, hit that like and subscribe button. And all y'all haters, keep donating to them, man. Yeah, we take hater money, too.
Rudy.
We take all the hater money. Hey, look, man, you donate, we appreciate, brother. You know, even though you root for a team that's trash, and you have the largest man on the planet crying like a little baby talking about, I don't know who Deebo Samuel is. You know who Deebo is because he ran your ass over and he ran your line over, too. Have a good night, Ronbo. Love you, brother.
All right, fam. Love you back. Talk to you later. There he is. Deion, Night Gang Podcast. Hey, Morgan. Morgan. Hey, guys, make sure when you're in the chat, make sure you say happy birthday to Cynthia now. Morgan. All right, let's go check out Jesus.
Ronbo.
Hey, Jesus, man. Hey, we got a guy.
Yo, what's cracking?
Hey, Jesus, we got our wide receivers, the right one too. Deebo, talking trash. I love it. And you know who he's talking about, right? Talk about them sorry ass Rams who Deebo said, man, I ain't lost to the Rams since I came into the NFL.
Fact.
So I said, and there's Rudy, as you probably noticed, running up and down the chat, man, you guys can continue to take your time.
We don't call him Rudy anymore, man. We call him Ruby.
That's right. I've seen that B on his name. We got Brunskill. Mosley's back, So, we're doing things that make sense and intelligently. And like Deion pointed out, too, we got to stop dreaming about Kyle Pitts and stuff like that, running backs and Najee and stuff in the first round. We ain't going to get it. So, Hey, just to touch upon that before you say hi to your fellas, too. Deebo, the signings have taken place so far, and the rationale and logic that pisses a lot of people off, even amongst our own fan base, that the 49ers are very conservative in what they do. But do you have a problem with that?
It doesn't bother me.
Right.
You know, if the player Clark could get away with trash talking, I think Deebo Samuel should get away with trash talking too.
Agreed.
You know, if certain players could get rid of if certain players could get away with trash talking, I don't know why we can't. You know, hey, like it's trash talking. You know, it's not something bad. He said that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there and beat up these guys. It's not like he said something like that. You know, he's just trash talking. You know, it's a division thing. You know, Richard Sherman did it to us.
He didn't make up anything. He's not lost. He's not lost to the Rams since he came in the NFL. He's telling the truth.
Exactly. So, everything that he said is true. It's not like he's making up, oh yeah, Aaron Donald is on the line, it's not like he made up stuff, but hey, NFL players, they have their own mouth, they have their own social media, I feel like they're free to say whatever they have to say, but if they have the evidence to back it up, which if Deebo Samuel, what he said is true. It's true actually. He hasn't lost to the Rams since being in the league. I know he's been in the league for 2 years, but hey, it didn't bother me that he said that because hey, I like it because it shows me that hey, these guys are ready to get back into training camp and start making moves and start doing something so we could get pumped for the 2021 season. So. If he could just stay healthy, it could back up a lot of the things that he's saying.
That's the story of the 49ers, period. You can't beat the 49ers. They are the only people who can beat them themselves. And the way they do it, they start dropping like flies. So, that has got to be avoided this year. And they've got to actually find a way to stop doing that every year. Every year that actually happens. Even the Super Bowl year, they actually lost a lot of players that year, but still made it through. So we got to figure that one out.
My only thing is that, hey, these Rams fans that come in here and starts talking trash about us, it's kind of like, yo, like, hey, like, what is their argument? They couldn't beat a Nick Mullins, playing quarterback with their defense with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and their healthy defensive line. What is their argument right there? Them losing to us with Nick Mullins. So like, I want to know where's their argument at that. And plus, I want to see this argument happen in 2 years when they have to start repaying other players, because they have a pretty good wide receiver, Woods and Cooper Kupp. They're gonna have to start paying these dudes. So I want to know if they're on their final legs of them trying to compete with the Super Bowl. If not, McVay is going to be on a rebuild himself too. So that's the only thing I like to say
McVay's
with these Rams.
But McVay is a lot like Seattle with what's his name. They compete every year. I've never the Rams do compete, but when it comes time to show what you got, they keep dropping short. You can't keep doing that forever. Even Pete Carroll, if I'm the owner, I do ask him, Pete, there must be something we can do to get out of that first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm reading the chat right now as we speak, and Marketing Pro said we made it to playoffs, but you didn't win the Super Bowl. So where's your argument? You're good to make it to the playoffs. Are you just going to be are you going to be second round chokers each time that you make it to playoffs? That's the thing. If you don't have a Super Bowl, then why are you talking? You won the same thing as much as we did. We didn't win anything neither this year.
Right?
They won the same thing that we did, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nobody's going to remember the playoffs.
Yeah, they went to playoffs.
For the last few years.
Oh,
Ever.
they went to playoffs.
Yeah.
But what did they do? Nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to argue with these Rams fans. It's like, yo, you're going to call us last placers, but you lost to us when we didn't have our full healthy roster. You lost to a second and third string 49er team, and you didn't win the Super Bowl like we didn't win the Super Bowl. So it's kind of like, where's the argument at? That's the only thing I'm just trying to say,
none. Jesus, there is none.
There's not exactly. Exactly.
All you did is lose position on the draft board. That's all you did. It's still right at time.
So it's kind of like,
You just shout your guys out, and I'll see you Sunday.
All right, man. I like to give a shout out to my brother. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone in the chat, all the Niner homies in here. You know, I ain't trying to take up too much time. Thank you, Ronbo, for you taking my call, man. Thank you for the platform, bro. We appreciate you heavy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're the GOAT at this, Ronbo. You're the best at this, dog.
Thanks, hey.
You have a blessed night, brother.
Love you, fam. Talk to you Sunday. And there he is, Mr. TNT. In fact, TNT loves this guy. He's Hayden. Hayden.
You know, Ronbo's getting a little cute and cuddly in your Ronbo. I have not seen TNT.
I know, fluffy.
I have not seen Trey calling.
I need to change these flags to pink. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You got that down. But hey, you got to come in like he does too. First, you got to take a little minute before you say anything. Just finally, and I do mean finally. Ronbo, it's gotten way too cute.
And then he talks about, how we're gonna trade. And then he talks about how we're gonna trade our whole team and Fred Warner and Nick Bosa for Deshaun Watson and Kittle and Deebo for Deshaun Watson. So
I believe he did go to that length at least once.
Wait, it gets better. It gets better, guys. Let's get Sam Darnold. It gets better. Let's get Sam Darnold, guys.
You know what? I'd be glad with Sam
ridiculous.
Darnold. I'm so tired of hearing about Sam Darnold. He's got one more year before his contract expires. You going to bring him to sit him down or let him compete for a job this year?
You bring a rookie in to compete with Jimmy. Not,
yes, listen. Stop with the Sam Darnolds. Just
stop
get a rook.
Because he hasn't had nothing there, but still, I've looked at him because I want to know. Well, because I gave the excuse in the beginning. Well, he hasn't had anything, but let me check him out. And he's terrible, Ronbo. He looks like a chicken with his head cut off. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, hey, let me give you this choice. I want to see what you say on this one now. Here, you got number 12. You got Slater. You've got Mac Jones, and you've got Farley, Surtain, or some other premier cornerback in the draft. What are you going to do with that number 12 pick?
Mac Jones, man. I mean, I think we go with
Justin Fields might be there too.
I think we go with someone to replace. Do I have to say his name? Go eat a hamburger, Mike. That's what I gotta say. Go eat 30 Big Macs at McDonald's.
Because there's going to be a dilemma. I see that happening this year, Hayden. There's going to be something
because people. This is what I've heard, and I've heard a lot of good calls. But the one problem I had is, we got Mike McGlinchey. Like, he's a good factor. He ain't no good factor. McGlinchey lost us a lot of the games. Okay, remember the Cardinals game, the Washington game, right? Mm-hmm. Nick Mullins snap sack. Mm-hmm. We're losing by like 3 or something. This is like a minute left. Mullins completes a 20-yard bomb. Holding. And it would have been a sack if it wasn't for holding.
About that.
McGlinchey, remember that? He lost us that game. And then the Jets game, oh God, he got Jimmy hurt. So he got Jimmy hurt the first time and second time. No comment. And the one sack we had in the Rams game with Brunskill carried that team on that game. The only sack was against who. So I don't even gotta say nothing on that.
Yeah, well, Aaron's,
And then he comes in. Why do the Niners even let him do like a press conference? He does not deserve a press conference.
McGlinchey?
Because all he says is, "My weight's fine."
And Hayden, you see his face when he sits down? He's waiting for him to say the wrong thing. He's already pissed off before he comes in.
Mike, you did not play good, Mike. McGlinchey, let me get this straight. You have to look at the stats, Mike. Do you want to know? Do you want to know how many sacks? Just take a guess how many sacks McGlinchey gave up.
Well,
let me see. I don't even know. Probably like about 30.
Yeah, Mike's got to get his footwork
I
down.
mean, he got Nick Mullins and CJ almost clobbered. He got Nick Mullins, probably never going to play again, and you have Jimmy Garoppolo get 2 high ankle sprains basically, and then you get CJ just pummeled like a lot of times. So just Mike,
We're gonna
I
be all right.
can't even.
Mike,
So
you know,
I'm
Hayden,
so-
listen, Mike's gonna be okay. You know why? Because this year they're gonna go ahead. If they get Slater, that puts a lot of pressure on Mike. And
No, he better.
yeah. That's
And
why
then
I'm
I
thinking,
got scared again because he's hanging out with Joe Staley, and I get it's all fun and games, but Joe Staley loses a lot of weight. And last offseason, guess who he was hanging around? Joe Staley.
His
And I
idol.
don't want him to lose more weight. Oh God.
Yeah.
He thinks that's a good thing?
He was
Staley,
sitting there.
please.
You know, he
Don't
was
let
trying
him
to be-
lose more weight.
He thought that was going to help him with his speed. Now we know it's not going to make any difference. Mike, there's technique with the feet. Okay, that's what you need to work on.
See, the
Your
problem
size.
is he thinks he's in denial. He thinks he's playing good. That's the problem that I'm
You know. And he'll tell you
Well,
too.
that's my answer. Get Slater because McGlinchey's still on the team. If McGlinchey's still on the team, we have a 90% chance of losing. Just when I'm putting it out there.
In spite of what these quarterback people are going nuts in the chat are thinking about, you don't get any protection. I don't care who the quarterback is. He's going down. Hey, Hayden, let me see you Sunday.
Okay, and yep, I don't got nothing to say, Ronbo. Goodbye.
All right, good stuff. Talk to you later.
Eat a hamburger, McGlinchey.
Dual Big Macs. IFM 98. Oh, God. Oh, God. Shay, that's just mean. Don't you have a coloring book to be coloring right now? Can you see Hayden in the coloring book? Morgan, are you available?
Hey, Rumbo. How you doing, man?
Morgan, man,
I'm available.
I'm all pumped up because, like, Deebo got me. I was so delighted when I read about Deebo and talking to Deion Sanders and Dukes. Man, Deion says, man, y'all asking me this question. Must be kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah. I only saw the edited version of that, and I don't know if you heard about it, but I guess a fan edited it to make it sound like it was Jimmy. He was talking about Jimmy when taking the C off your chest.
Oh, I heard about that. I knew it was a joke.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I saw. It seemed off. Yeah.
You're not going to get any of the guys that play on the offensive unit to talk about Jimmy in a bad way. It's not going to happen. Only fans don't get it.
No one in the
players
building.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the most important thing. One of the Kiana Martin, I don't know if she's I think she works but she's a reporter in the building. She was saying that like everyone in the building, no one has anything bad to say about Jimmy. So she doesn't know why all these fans are like she was saying she hoped he doesn't have a phone because it's crazy all this.
Morgan, It was behind the one play. See, the reason why you and I don't have a problem with Jimmy is because we didn't make our full conclusion on Jimmy behind a missed downfield pass to Sanders.
Yeah.
When the game, that was not just a
10% pass.
You know, and the thing is,
Isn't that like a 10% pass?
Yeah, the deep downfield passes don't have high rank, but it wasn't down to. It's about the entire game. The 49ers didn't lose that game on one play. So that's why I said, what?
No.
You guys are going way too far with that. You didn't like Jimmy to start with, and this is where you're going with it. So that's why I don't buy it, and I don't roll with it, and I don't come in my face with it because I will fight about it. But, you know, but go ahead. Hey, about Deebo and his attitude, along with everything he said.
No, I love Deebo's attitude. I think more players need to, these are your colors, this is your team. You gotta get a little crazy with them.
You know what I'd love to see? Deebo and George Kittle. You know, George Kittle pays a lot of attention to the WWE. After the game, I wish they would give Deebo and George a mini ring to come in. They come in and they wave at everybody. Somebody throws them a mic, throws George a beer. He throws it down. Rams came in here today, and before they came in, I already told them, don't come down here unless you're expecting an ass whooping.
Yeah.
And Deebo, of course,
That'd
takes
be
over
funny.
from there. But we got a team that's fired up, Morgan. I'm telling you, man. What do you think about this
Yeah.
attitude?
I think we're ready for 2021. I think this whole team, I think they understand that last year was just a fluke, and they need to work harder to get out there and just. I think they're going to kill it this year, and I think we have the money to do it. I'm not worried about money. I think they've been since the last offseason. They said they're working on 175 million. That's what they think they have. That's what they're basing everything off of. And he said, John Lynch said, everything on top of that's just gravy. And they added, 8 million on top of that? It's a lot of gravy you can do.
And they're signing people up right now. They're signing small
Yeah,
contracts.
all right.
They're getting that out of the
Now
way
that they
right
know
now.
they're getting their filler pieces in, and then they'll start signing their big pieces. I don't think you'll see a lot of outside signings because I think they like the guys they got in house. I think they've already got the team. They just got to bring them back.
And that makes sense. Why go out looking
you
for
bring
free
back
agents
the
when
guys
you
who
got some
got
of the
you
best
there.
free agents available? Think about Trent Williams. That's the best free agent there is. What are you looking around for? Sign him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then Jason Verrett, I think they'll get him next after that. And then probably Spoon or I think they'll get Spoon too. I think they plan on bringing a decent amount of that secondary back. I mean, not all of them, obviously, but I think they're going to bring a few players off that secondary back. You might see an ad here or there. I'm sorry?
No, I was going to say, if they sign for Red, I'm going to be really shocked. Delighted out of my mind, but I'm going to be really shocked because I, from what they're saying, and it could be wrong, you know how reports go, the Verrett's made clear that he needs to go out and find some money.
Oh, then maybe. We'll see. I mean, but even if we don't, I think we'll get Spoon back, and there's a couple guys out there I think can fill his spot.
What would
but
you
we'll
sign
see.
Spoon
We'll see
for?
what his.
What would you offer Spoon?
2 years. See if he takes like 11, 12 million for 2 years. Maybe three.
That's pretty big. Remember, Mosley beat him out, and Mosley's only getting 10.
Then I would try close to Mosley's. I'm not big on the knowing how to do the contract stuff, but I would do maybe a little less.
Yeah.
Maybe incentive laden. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe 8.
I'd be cool with 2 years, 8 million. Put a little incentives in there. I think that's what they should be trying to do with a lot of these guys. Get incentives in there.
No, get them hungry. Because you believe in yourself, do you? Then you can get it and more. The ceiling on this, man, you're getting endless money. Make the Pro Bowl, get this amount, do this, several, just line it up,
Yeah.
Because that doesn't hit against the cap.
I think we're going to bring a decent amount of our guys back. So I'm excited.
Morgan, Sunday, the night before Christmas, as far as this free agency goes. Let me see you Sunday, okay?
Absolutely. See you Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Looking forward. Thanks, Morgan. Oh, God. And here he comes, Mr. Draft Guru himself, Lee. Lee.
Hey, Ronbo.
Lee, man, I'm having fun tonight because I knew it antagonized the Rude Master, and I'm laughing about Deebo getting on a podcast and just pretty much going ballistic. I said, "That's good, Deebo. That's how you talk that trash." And then you got we beat up Mosley and signing Brunskill. And Mosley's not going to have really any impact on what the 49ers plans were for the draft. But, Lee, do you see any reason to believe? And I like that dilemma that I gave Hayden. I give you the same question. Number 12, for some bizarre reason, there's Mac Jones. Somehow Slater has sifted through to number 12. And, of course, the third pick, let's see, 1, 2, Slater. Well, let's see, one of the premier cornerbacks in this draft. You and I both feel the same thing about cornerbacks in the first round. That's a big risk. If you start to put all these things in, well, Lee, give me some feedback on that.
Yeah, with the draft, with Well, I was thinking, again today, and I just feel like I think the D lineman's going to be the go. I heard Phil talking earlier about D Ford's back training, and if that's right, and if he's healthy, then that will change all that, and he wouldn't be that wouldn't be the first pick. But I haven't heard anything about him going to be starting or them confident about him coming back. I heard Lynch say something a while back, and they weren't sure because of the injury, being a neck or back injury. You never know how they're going to come along. So yeah, I was thinking that was going to be the pick because I don't expect him to be healthy. If he is, that's great. Then we won't need to pick an edge in the first round. But I just feel like when you look at defensive line, we always pick in the trenches, right, Ronbo? And we need another guy on the opposite side of Bosa to bring that pressure and to get our defense firing. And if you look at this draft like last year, we went Kinlaw because we lost Defo, and then there was a big drop-off in the talent at that position. And if you look at this draft, I think I said to you the other day that there's not a top 5 edge, there's not probably a top 10 edge in this entire draft, but where we're picking, we sort of have the pick of the litter. So we can choose probably the best edge, whether it's Quiddy, pay, or move back and get a guy that I actually like, Ojulari out of Georgia, because he sort of fits what we're going to lose if D Ford's not healthy.
Pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's good, Ronbo. There's a lot of athletes, but they're so raw, like the guy out of Penn State. There's a few other guys, but there's no one really that's like a top, like a first round pick. There's a guy out of Miami, the Russo, Jalen Phillips. But Rousseau's not going to give you that speed off the edge. The wide 9, I don't think it's going to suit him. So,
yeah, but
he's raw as.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean Ojulari? Because he can get to the quarterback run, but he had the highest grading, I think, out of all pass rushers in this entire draft. I watched his bowl game against I think it was Memphis a while back, and he dominated. He had 3 sacks, Ronbo, in the bowl game for Georgia. And he's got speed and he's got a good first step. And I feel like in the wide 9, he's probably the one guy that can come in and give you what you're going to lose if D Ford's not ready to start the year. And just because of that talent, we can get a corner. I like Surtain and Farley, but the thing is, we can get a corner in the second or the third rounds. We can get safeties.
You think
we can get O-line.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's that? The edge rusher?
That you believe? No, I mean as far as cornerbacks, because I don't like the idea of going to the first round. I've seen too many busts in the first round cornerbacks that look like just raising hell in school, and then when they get to the NFL, all of a sudden, there's not been one panned out since Lattimore. How many years ago was Lattimore in the draft?
2017, I think. Ronbo. 2017 went to the Saints. And that's right, because if you look at last year, the guys that went in the first round, you had like Diggs, AJ Terrell, Arnett. Like a lot of the corners struggled. I think the best guy was the guy that went to the Bears, Jamar Johnson. I think he was the best out of all the corners. Dancer came on late. I think Trey liked him. But yeah, you're right. Like corners seem to start off and have trouble a lot of the time early in the league. And that's the same as offensive linemen. A lot of offensive linemen don't get good into the 3rd or 4th year. Yeah. But last year was a surprise because you had like 4 top 10 guys on, bro, which you're probably not going to have 4 top 10 linemen, but there's a lot of good guys at the back end of the first and in the early 2nd, 3rd rounds. And that's where I feel like we can get an lineman, because I actually think Trent Williams is definitely coming back, Ronbo. Like, I'll be surprised if he doesn't come back. And the reason why is because the way they can structure his contract, they could give him a 5-year deal, Ronbo, where they give him like, say, $45 million guaranteed up front. And then his cap hit for the first year is only $8 to $10 million.
Yeah.
And they backload it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The signing bonus is where it's at right there.
Yeah, the signing bonus. So that up front in the first 2 years, but see the cap hit is where it's sort of backloaded, because the cap it's like 27 the last 4 years. And then the first year they pay him mostly signing bonus. So the cap it's really low. And that's the way you get a guy like him back, and you can pay him all this money. Like you can pay him, you can make him the highest paid left tackle, which people don't like, but you can still get it to where the cap it's so low that you can keep him this year. And moving forward, you can cut him after 2 or 3 years. Sure. And having Parag in our front office, he's a magician at that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like he's coming back. I know everyone's looking at Slater, but I feel like, Trent Williams is a huge possibility to come back because the money's not as big issue as people think it is.
And they got to keep him. It'd be embarrassing, Lee, if you let Trent Williams get away. Embarrassment. You had the top tackle, and you guys couldn't get it done. And if anything, you guys should be trying to get it done better than anybody, because, hell, your quarterback is stretched out way too much. So, you don't get Trent Williams. What are you thinking? So
100%, Ronbo.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. And Michael Glinchey, Lee, what do you do about Michael Glinchey? Do you go ahead and find somebody just in case and let him work out with the team? Because Mike's he is the best in the league as far as run block, though, right? Or one of the
Yeah, and
or
that's the
two.
thing. Like Kyle loves him. Like it doesn't matter how we feel about him as fans. We might say he struggles in pass protection, which he does, but he's dominant in the run, and Kyle's not going to release him. I think he said last year, was it Ronbo, that we're going to pick up his 5th-year option too. So that shows you, we made him a captain, so that shows you how much Kyle loves the part of his game and why he brought him in. So we're not going to move on. But the best thing we can do is get a good person to come in right inside him at right guard there, whether it's Brunskill or whether we draft someone later in the draft to help him and strengthen that right side of the line. But I think it starts at center there, Ronbo, for them, because the center's the one, going to be directing them and having all the calls.
Especially in Shanahan's offense. It's so essential. We're going to run out of time, though, bro. Let's go ahead and see you Sunday. No
worries, Ronbo. Thank you. Shout out to the Niners. Shout out to you and all your team. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thanks, Lee. Talk to you later. Yes. And Alex. Oh, God. Alex. Let's go to John. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John, it's a Deebo Friday night. Deebo's out selling Woof tickets. I love it. And it's good. I hope the whole team feels like, let's not dwell too deep on what happened in 2020. If you guys think this dog no longer bites, get close enough and we'll see. Yes. And also, hey, those signings today, are you enjoying that? Brunskill's back, Mosley's back. Because it looked like for a minute they were going to wait on Mosley, but Phil cleared that up too. Restricted free agent. I thought unrestricted. What's it? Anyway, I don't want to get into that right now. But what are you thinking, John?
First, I got to do 3 quick shout-outs to my buddy Hayden, my buddy Tommy Huxley, and then to my new favorite friend, Rudy.
Everybody's favorite.
Your team is not a Super Bowl team. So you can say whatever you want, and you can give all your money to Ronbo to mock all of us because he's going to take your cash. So be smart. Anyway,
I want to know when they're less than $30 million above the cap, and how do you even apply? What do you do with that kind of? My God! And you've already lost a few players. You're going to lose $30 million worth more. Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, to your question about Brunskill, it's always good to have a tackle, just in case, because we still don't know about Trent Williams, and I remember, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Rumble, but when they were playing against the Seahawks last year, I think he played pretty well, subbing for Joe Staley. So for me, that's a really good player to have depth, because it's always good to have tackles, because it's hard to come, especially even a backup tackle that can come in and be ready. And then also Emmanuel Mosley, I'm happy he's back. And the problem is that because they paid Emmanuel Mosley $10 million for 2 years, 10.1, I'm a little bit concerned about K1, what he's going to ask and what Jason Verrett's going to ask. So hopefully, either one of those two guys, can stay and probably not ask too much. But hopefully, maybe, like I said, backload a bunch of these contracts. I know it's not the right thing to say, because there are a lot of people on this chat and also that don't like that idea. But half the league doesn't have any cash, so it's got to happen.
There's no choice, because what are you going to do? I mean, you don't have any money. You're going to be like the Rams, let a bunch of guys go. I mean, it's just, and players know this, John. They know what's going on. They're not going to force that issue.
Yeah, and then I think the last time, you were talking with someone that said Jason Verrett is, he's gone. he's doing his due diligence. He's going to talk to other teams, and if many teams have concerns, Jason Verrett, you had a great year with San Francisco, but we're a little bit worried. So if a lot of teams start to turn him down, the only place, so we should, relax, slow down, and take everything one day at a time. And then, so we will see, because like now it's getting real. Like basically it's no more like, all right, speculation. It's becoming real, and the 49ers are starting to sign players. And then I want to go back to Rudy. Niners haven't cut nobody yet. Not even the fan favorite, Jimmy Garoppolo, because he's still on the roster. So, it is what it is.
Oh, God. You imagine. But it is interesting to see. I saw him training the other day at George's, wherever George was out there bouncing that medicine ball. But I saw Trent Taylor out there training with George. He should be training. But a lot of people cut him, and a lot of other people too. So it's going to be interesting to see. But these guys are free agents, so what you do is you just don't re-sign them, I guess. So.
Yeah, and basically right now the 49ers are doing what I was thinking about, in February. They're signing the players that they can basically give as little money as possible. And then once they have to address Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, K'Wan Williams, Jason Verrett, those, guys, it's going to get easier for them. And, of course, we just saw Ronald Blair, be released.
Oh, man.
So, now comes the part, all right, now Niner fans are going to get a little bit upset or sad or, maybe even happy. Because for sure, Richard Sherman, he's done. He said, all right, I'm gone. I don't even want to be with the Niners no more. So basically, we'll let him walk. But at the same time, there's a lot of good players, especially I just saw that Packers released one of their tackles, who's, I think, a year younger, Ricky Wagner. I don't know if that's the right name.
Yeah, no, I recognize that name. You said it, yeah. Well, there's two tackles. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, so basically he was only making like $4.5 million, and if he just got cut, we can pick him up for cheap if, just to have a tackle if we lose Trent Williams. So at the end of the day, the 49ers are going to find talent, and guess what? Kyle Shanahan says, hey, LaFleur, I could take some of his guys, and I could take some of McVay's guys because they fit the system already.
The system is true.
Good for us.
I forgot about that aspect. And then, the Chiefs, they got rid of both their tackles, too. I guess they're all pissed off about them getting hurt before the game last year, or before the Super Bowl, and had Mahomes out there sprinting the whole game backwards. See, that's what I'm saying. So for those who think that other positions on the field don't have anything to do, most of your Jimmy people, I don't care what's going on out there. Jimmy G sucks. I don't care if he doesn't have any tackles, guards, or anything else. His job is the way, Okay, well, this conversation's pretty much over. I guess that you've lost your mind, and there's no point continuing to talk to you. But this is the thing. You've got to have certain talents in certain places. And for the 49ers, that center position is extremely important. So.
And then, we've been talking about Alex Mack, another cheap option. Yes, he's 35, but, just imagine. Yeah, so just imagine, like, if the 49ers struck gold with the little cash that they have and they do well in the draft, and hopefully, I pray that Jimmy Garoppolo stays healthy and plays well, because guess what? Rudy, your team is garbage. And I'm sorry I took that language, but screw you, Rudy.
Tell me you gotta go. I'll see you Sunday,
anyway,
okay?
Sorry, Rumbo.
No, it's fine. Everybody talks to Rudy that way. Even his mom.
All right, Rumbo. I'll see you Sunday, and Niners, just like Norm, all day.
Right, John. Yeah. No, really, I want to retract that mom joke. Well, I'll put it this way. I'll bet your lady talks to you like that. Not moms. Moms are sacred. 49ers own Rams. Says Rams are about as much of a threat as postseason 21 Big Ben. Rams and Seahawks are done. End of story overall. Oh, God. We got to stay healthy, though. Somehow the 49ers have got to get through this wall. Not only Jimmy, we got guys all over that lineup that take off time every year. George Kittle hasn't put in a season yet. Mostert is scary with that. Deebo, he's got to make sure he's got to get looser hamstrings. That's his biggest problem throughout his football career. Hey, Charles. Charles.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Is that Charles? Hey, Charles, you got that Bluetooth going. It might not work. We get that a lot, so you might have to let that go. Charles, something about remotes in the phone don't work on. I don't know what our system or what.
Hey, can you?
Charles.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not doing the Bluetooth, right?
Yeah, I disconnected it.
Yeah, because for some reason I don't know why what happens. But hey, Charles, as you know, we're celebrating Deebo going nuts, talking to Prime and Dukes about why you want to ask me that, man. Because Deebo, I ain't lost. I don't care. They can get Matt Stafford. They can get Jesus Christ to play for them. I'm going to whoop the Rams every time I see them. He didn't say that, but he sort of insinuated that he ain't scared of no Rams. I enjoyed that. And hey, as far as our chance to link Deebo, he answered that question too. As Charles, people think the 49ers are dead meat for some reason. There's a lot of people that actually do think the 49ers are weak since last year's bizarre season. And then, of course, don't forget our signings. We picked up Mosley. He will be a 49er next year, along with that center that loves to play Aaron Donald, Brunskill. What do you think of Charles?
Hey, I think we were playing possum. We saw Thomas and we saw Bosa get hurt, and then I think about a week or two later, that's when they sat Garoppolo, and they were like, "Look, man, this team ain't going nowhere. Look, we're just gonna play possum for the rest of the year. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play possum, and we're not gonna lose against the. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna try to beat the Cardinals. We sure know we're gonna try to beat the Seahawks and the Rams. But everybody else, we're gonna play possum, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back next year stronger. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Because I believe Ford. I believe they put him on ice on purpose. I believe there's a lot of players they put on ice.
That's what they were doing. Yeah. Because you heard about somebody just said he's been seen out of the facility working out. But what kind of workout is he doing? Is it?
Yeah.
You can't lift if you got something going on with your back. I don't care if you're doing wrist curls. You don't be doing no work lifting no weight. Yeah.
Who's the rookie wide receiver that has never played? He had an ACL injury last year. What's his name?
Man, Jalen Hurts. I've heard can come back. Yeah. Oh my God.
He had a back problem too. He had a back problem but back problems. When you give them time, they relieve themselves. So I think his situation is going to get better. I don't think he's going to have an issue with his back. I just think they sat him because of injury precautions, and I think he's going to be fine. But they're not cutting his salary. The 49ers, if anybody, they would have cut the main salary. They ain't into losing money. That's one thing we know about the 49ers. If you're not performing on the field, they're not going to lose no money. They're going to cut you, or they're going to tell you to take a pay cut.
Yeah.
And so they haven't done any of that with him. So I think they just put him on ice. So
yeah. And George Kittle, George probably insisted.
I think they were playing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he insisted he wanted to play.
Yeah, I think George probably insisted on playing. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Jimmy thing. Jimmy said he refused to play. I said, you guys kill me taking that stance. Does Jimmy look like the kind of guy that jump in Kyle Shanahan's face and say, I ain't playing? Or even his agent. Boy. Anyway.
But I think that I'm happy that he spoke up. But if he didn't, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we're really talented. Our wide receivers are talented. Tight ends are talented. I really hope we pick up the backup tight end that we had from Washington. I forget his name, but I hope we
Jordan
pick him
Reed?
back up. He was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jordan
no
Reed.
conversation about JR. These
Yeah.
questions got to be answered
But
next week though, because it's free agency time.
yeah, but you know, they have that thing now. You can put 5 veterans on practice squad now,
You're not
and
gonna put D
so
Ford on the
they
practice squad
probably
though.
they probably already told. I'm talking about Reed.
Jordan
They
Reed.
probably told Reed, "Hey man, we're gonna bring you back." They probably got some other guys they're gonna bring back. I think this team is really gonna be good going into 2000. I'm really excited because I know we have Brandon Ayuk, we have Deebo, we got we got our tight end, man. I think the offensive line is gonna be right. Yeah, I think everything is gonna be right going into. I even think
Jalen Hurd.
the
What if
back.
Jalen Hurd is ready to go?
No, not Jalen Hurd. The quarterback. No. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna surprise everybody. The quarterback, Rosen. I think Rosen's gonna be right. I think he's gonna look excellent in camp. He's gonna start showing up for meetings. He's gonna start showing up on time. He's not gonna be the prima donna.
Yeah.
He's
I hope
not
we have a
gonna be
couple
that
of
prima
preseason
donna.
games. Yeah. I want to see him
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Or what has he learned?
Yeah, I want to see him play too. Yeah, I'm telling you, I believe Kyle Shanahan is not the type person who's just gonna keep a slacker on his team. He's gonna show up and be right, or
Dante Pettis.
you're gonna be working at a supermarket
or playing for the Giants like
like
Mrs. Pettis'
like
baby boy. Yeah. Oh man. Dante just quit on us.
yeah. But I think this team is. But I mean, Rosen. I was watching his highlights. Man, the guy can play.
Oh, was
Man,
it UCLA?
he's
Yeah, he can play. Yeah.
Yeah, he can play, man. So I'm really excited. He can make all the throws. He can even run too. He's mobile. So do they need to pick up a rookie? I don't think they do. I just think they need to develop the talent that they have.
Which is a good point because otherwise it's a waste of space. Charles, let me see you Sunday, Charles, as we run out of time, and see what develops between now and saying, telling, somebody else may sign tonight or tomorrow.
All right, well, I'll chime in on Sunday. Ronbo,
right.
Love you.
Thanks, man. Love you back. All right. All right, Charles. And it's time for Shay. Go on in, Shay.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, it's a Deebo day. DD.
It is.
I love me some Deebo, boy. That's hilarious. And we made some more signings. I don't know. What does that translate in your mind as they signed a couple of guys? Because they're staying away from the big money people so far.
Well, I'm happy. I mean, yeah, like Phil said, these exclusive dudes, I mean, they can only talk to the 49ers, right? And then they can just give them tender deals.
Let's get that out
So,
of the way.
I mean, I'm happy. Brunskill's coming back. I'm really happy. Mosley. It just made so much sense not to bring Mosley back, though. I mean, again, he's cost controlled. I think it was like 2-year, $10 million deal with a lot of incentives in it for him to reach. And I think he's a good starting quarterback number 2, man. I like I said, like, I feel like, if, we don't bring back Witherspoon and, we do sign a true number 1 across from him, I would love to see him play all 16 games, man, and see what he can do on the field. I think that, him playing some games last year really helped him out. Because remember, they were running him in the nickel sometimes when K1 was out. So I think, having that versatility to him play inside or out is pretty cool. Yeah, Mosley when K1 was out. Yeah. So with him playing inside and out, it gives him a little bit of good versatility. So, but yeah, Ronbo, I mean, I'm excited, man. I think I know you said you're coming back Sunday. I'm pretty sure you're going to start hearing a lot of names signed that Sunday night, right before the tampering period starts that Monday.
Yeah, because they always run things to the last minute. True.
Yeah. And then once the legal tampering period starts, and you're going to start hearing guys talking about they agreed to a deal, they agreed to deal with this team, they agreed to deal with that team. So It is interesting. It is interesting. But I know you've been asking guys like, if we're at 12 and, if Slater's there.
That's going to be a very interesting time in the draft. Who's going to fall to 12 that shouldn't be there?
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends because if they, like I said, if they take the top 5 quarterbacks in the top 10 rounds, right?
That's
if you got Lawrence, Fields, right? If they take 5, of the Lance, Wilson, if they take those guys, then obviously you're going to have a lot more talent fall back, right? So more players will probably, fall back to 12. I know for a fact I'm 100% like Farley will be there. Surtain, I think Slater will even be there.
Hey,
and
Shay,
then
from what you just said though, you got 5 first 5 spots. There's going to be quarterbacks. Now, Penei Sewell has got to go. Surtain has probably got to be involved. Maybe
Farley.
even Horn or the other guy, Farley.
Kyle Pitts,
and
Farley.
I think Kyle is going to be high too.
Don't forget the wide receivers though. Like you forgetting Jamar Chase. Chase is going to be up there.
Slater.
Yeah, you can't forget Devontae Smith, Waddle. Those guys will be. Those are good picks too. So, I think like I said, if the 49ers re-sign Trent, then you're good on left tackle. I mean, Slater. Listen. Slater could play guard, but he even said himself, man, he believes he's the best left tackle in his draft. And I agree with him. Listen, Slater has the same intangibles as Joe Staley. They have both had 33-inch arms, right? Yep. Staley was 6'5", Slater 6'4".
Both fast.
Staley coming out was 295. Slater's 304, but exactly, Slater's very, very, he's like that. He's that athletic type that Kyle loves. Those guys that can get up and move.
Space.
Trent, because Trent ran a 4.8 too. Don't forget, Trent ran a 4.8 at a left tackle that size at 6'8", 6'7".
Damn.
Yeah, Trent ran a 4.8 too, and Slater just ran one. So I wouldn't be shocked. But I think if the 49ers re-sign Trent, then they can go get Alex Mack, and then you could just draft a guard in the 2nd or 3rd round. And then, like I said, I've been on Aziz for so long. I'm a big fan of the Georgia rusher. Like I said, the reason he's going to go in the 20s, late first round is because he's only played 50% of his snaps. He's a situational pass rusher. But that's all the 49ers need. We need a guy who has the bend, the D-Ford bend that fits the wide 9 and, is pure speed. That man is pure speed. Him and Quincy Roche from Miami, they're both really good, fast, speed, D-Ford, style edge rushers. And you could trade back, acquire more capital from, let's say Mac Jones is going, right? And Mac Jones is still there at 12, right? The Redskins would love Mac Jones right now. So if the Niners trade back, they can get the Redskins. Yeah, they're only a quarterback from being a serious contender. I mean, what they had Alex Smith, and then they had
Mac
that
Jones. Why don't you go higher?
Well, I mean, they could move. I mean, I could see Mac Jones moving up too, but I feel like Mac Jones fits the scheme. I mean, I think this about the quarterbacks. I think Mac Jones is Kirk Cousins' clone. I think he can start immediately in the league, all because the Alabama pro style scheme system. But you already have pieces there for. It's not a full rebuild team, right? You already have pieces there for the Redskins. You got Gary Terry. You got right. The defense is scared. You got the running back, the good running back that had a phenomenal rookie year last year for the Redskins. So you already got a substantial situation for Mac Jones to go to. So if they stand pat and they're like, oh, we'll trade with the Niners because Mac Jones is going to fly off the board, then we'll acquire maybe a 2nd, an additional 4th. And then their 1st and 19, and then you get Aziz. Aziz, not Aziz. Aziz, you get Aziz, Ozurari, and then you got another 2nd round pick.
And late in the first round, justifies.
Exactly.
I understand that. All right.
So,
Shay, good stuff, man.
So,
we need to
no
go,
problem.
but I tell you, man, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, thank you for the platform, Ronbo. Shout out to my TT brothers, Ronbo. You have a good night. Thank you, production. Love y'all, man.
Shay.
God bless.
Hey, talk to you later, fam. Yeah. And there's Tony with more Atlanta Falcons news. Tony.
Ronbo, how are you, man?
Doing all right, man. Tony, we're having a good time. Deebo has gone public on a podcast and is talking major poo-poo, and it's just too funny. Because, normally our players are very humble. They don't talk. They don't say anything. 2019, they were a very good team, but you rarely heard any kind of big time bravado coming out of the Santa Clara. But Deebo just let it go today. Man, I ain't lost to the Rams since I came in this league, man, 2 years in a row. So don't talk to me about them changing no quarterback. Don't make no difference to me. And then he talked about their system. McVay. Deebo just got disrespectful. I said, Deebo, what's wrong with you?
Man.
You know, so I loved it.
Samuel's a dog, man. I wish we had him.
Oh, he's a tough guy. He's got to do something about his hamstrings, but he's a tough guy.
Younger Muhammad Sanu, only faster.
Yes. Sanu was a tough guy, especially during that Super Bowl year, y'all's. Man, that was a great complementary wide receivers. You had Speed and Taylor Gabriel. You had Elite and of course Julio. And then you had Mohamed Sanu, the guy that just cleans up everything else. Did you have a fourth wide receiver? Who?
We Justin Hardy. He made catches too, but that year, Ronbo, Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman had over 500 yards apiece receiving.
Yeah.
Yes, they had over 500 yards apiece receiving. And that Shanahan offense.
Everything was working. And see, and all those guys were polished pros. This is what people don't understand about this young team. They get mad at the quarterback, but all those pieces got to fit together. So you get mad at any one particular person and they're all under 25 and 26 years old. They just came in the league. It's going to take a minute. When they get like the Falcons, boy, that'll be the day. Good Lord. That was
like I was telling my fan base on the podcast tonight, I said, look, guys, we were 4-12. We lost 7 games by 5 points or less and 1 game by 7 points, all comebacks. And every time, you know how Fox shows the games?
Yeah.
When they come back on us, I'm looking at Matt Ryan on the sideline with his arms folded, just like the Super Bowl. Same thing.
With that look on his face.
But they want to blame him. Matt Ryan's on the sideline watching the defense giving up stuff. We need defense. I hope our whole draft, except for 2 picks, go to defense. And I just found out we got 3 compensatory picks for Austin Hooper and Vic Beasley being free agents. We got 2 fifth-round compensatories and a 6th-round compensatory, but who knows how those are going to work.
It's a lot of picks. Huh.
Yeah. And we still better trade down. We better trade down. If we draft a quarterback, I'm going to be upset because that's $30 million gone.
Yeah, you don't need to trade for a quarterback when you got Matt Ryan. You go ahead and you get one to bring in. Who's your backup quarterback now?
We don't have one. Matt Shaw retired, and Kurt Benkert we cut. So I'm hoping when the free agency period opens, we can get a serviceable backup quarterback. I know Tyrod Taylor's available, and what's the kid from Indianapolis, Brissett, but I don't want him.
Yeah. Brissett, Tyrod.
I want Fitzmagic. I want Fitzmagic.
You know, will Miami let Fitz go? If you're gonna keep, I can't see Miami moving away from Tua. I really don't see that. I think cooler heads will prevail. Let that kid grow. What are you doing? You don't just get a kid in here, draft him this year, and get rid of him the next year. That makes no sense. So I think they stay with him. You keep Fitz and let him continue to let Tua develop. Tony, let me ask you.
I heard about one of your linebackers is holding out. What's up with that?
One of our linebackers?
Yeah. Is it Greenlaw?
Can't be. Greenlaw's on a rookie contract. Yeah, Greenlaw can't be. No.
Who's the other guy? I can't think of the guy.
They may start rumors about Fred Warner, but Fred's not holding out.
That's who it was, Fred Warner.
You know, this.
Tony, what's going to do about your defensive end spot for D Ford? Because, man, I love y'all's defensive line.
Yeah,
I really do. Y'all monsters, man.
D is. Somebody said D is working out now. It's a rumor that needs to be confirmed. If D Ford's working out in the 49ers facility, then that's a good sign. A healthy D Ford.
Yeah, but you got to be on the field, though.
Yeah. A healthy D Ford means the 49ers, the potency of that front line with Nick coming back would be very interesting because now you get to put Eric Armstead back in the middle where he can do his most damage. Don't put Eric outside. You won't know he's in the game. Eric,
You guys still got Solomon Thomas?
oh, well, yeah. I don't know what you know what? I wonder what they're going to sign Solomon Thomas. We don't know if you're going to sign Solomon Thomas to a contract that you think he's worth, which I'm not sure how much that is. Probably something a cousin to what he got as a rookie. So, but Thomas, he knows the system, and that's always a big plus. So we'll see about Solomon Thomas. I don't really know, Tony. I have no idea if
Y'all
they're
can
going to do
have
Solomon
Dante
Thomas.
Fowler. I tell you that. Y'all can have him, man. That
Which one? Oh, Fowler? Is Fowler back?
Fowler that we signed last year.
Is he back in Atlanta? Oh, no, Fowler. No, the other kid. What's the other kid that was holding up the picture of his grandmother during the draft?
No, that's Tack Crazy McKinley.
Yeah. He's over
And he came
with the
with you guys
Raiders.
for a minute, right? Y'all let him go, right?
I think the Raiders let him go, too. He ended up in Oakland for a minute, I think. I don't know how he passed the
Yeah.
physical.
I heard he was on their practice squad, then they let him go.
Yeah.
The
Tack's got to
Raiders
stop.
got Vic Beasley, too.
Yeah. Tack.
I'm going to tell you, Ronbo, our fan base, they're horrible. Vic Beasley got those 15.5 sacks the year we went to Super. Now, I like Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley wasn't being coached right. But they get rid of him. It ain't bad. It's the coaching sometimes.
You listen, Tony, every fan base has a contingent of people who don't have any patience and don't have any tolerance. You make a mistake, you got to go. He's 23 years old. He just graduated. That's all right. He's got to go. You know? So it's that's never going to change. You just got to live with that.
Yep. He's not going to get 15 sacks every year. It's like Matt Ryan's not going to throw for 5,000 every year. Jimmy Garoppolo's not going to throw for 5,000 every year.
Yeah, it's just not.
Come on.
Yeah, you got to let these guys. They're human beings, and they're going to have their times. There's no perfection.
You guys let Tevin Coleman go, did you? Because I know y'all paid. He signed for 2 years, $10 million, $5 million a year.
They haven't cut him.
Up.
They haven't cut him. I don't know if he's going to be cap casualty or not. They haven't said anything. I don't know. What's cruel is they're liable to let him play and not make the team. I don't know which is worse. Do you cut these guys so they can go out and find work now, or do you wait till a cut and then cut them? I don't know which is worse. I guess we'll find out. All right. Tony, we got to go, though. Let me,
hey,
we'll see you
Ronbo,
next
always
time.
a pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Love talking to you. So have a great
All right,
night,
sir.
Tony. All right.
Take care.
You too. Night. Jordan Jones says, I have a feeling that we're going to find a way to get the talent we need in the right spots. Most of our true studs are late round guys. We find, #we find. I know, right? You don't sense any panic coming out of Santa Clara. I don't even sense any. E-O-E-B-L-E-O.
What's happening?
Man, it's a Deebo day, man. I'm laughing at Deebo, man. That's the first dude we've had. I'm trying to think of the last time we had a trash talker in the 49er uniform. We've never had that for years.
Theo.
And
Well,
Deebo,
for years. Theo was the last one.
And Deebo's doing interviews, letting everybody know that what the Rams did ain't making I'm not losing no sleep over Stafford coming to L.A. And by the way, I lost some of my best games as against the Rams in about 2 years as a 49er. So, no, I'm not bothered by what they're doing. And Rudy's all pissed off.
I haven't seen the interview, but you know how I kept telling you, I think you've become my favorite receiver. I said it before. I think with Deebo doing this, it's a fun because as much as I hate the Rams, it's just ridiculous. It's just besides the Cowboys, it's actually a tie with how much hate I have for the Cowboys and how much I hate for the Rams. So with him doing that, that's just wonderful. I love Deebo doing that. Just talking bad about that. St. Louis, LA Lambs. Man, I love it, man. I'm like, hey, man, I like that team everywhere. Neither one of those two teams at that point.
I gotta tell you, because like I want to see George Kittle. We gotta win a Super Bowl first. I want to see George Kittle because I got a feeling from all the WWE he's watched, he might be the one to be the most entertaining doing this. Everybody doesn't need to do it though. But boy, I love it.
He would. I think with him, he would do so many wrestling impressions. It'd be hilarious.
Strutting around.
His favorite's always been Stone Cold. Cause I've seen the interview with him talking. He said, "Oh, my favorite Stone Cold." And when he did the interview, he was just like, "Oh, Stone Cold." I was like, "Oh, you were one of my favorites growing up." That's pretty funny.
Everybody who watched WWE during that stretch of time, Stone Cold had to be everybody's favorite. The dude was just he was just a maverick, a renegade, a guy that, here's a dude who would grab Vince McMahon and body slam him, or put him in that stinger.
He was the one that everybody liked. He was more than like, I'm the chill back kind of fun guy that likes to kick your ass. I'll talk shit and I'll back it up. That's what that was. That's why everybody liked him.
Yeah, and the beers. Hey, baby, there's him throwing beers at him. He's standing up on the edge of the rope, throwing the beer all down his face and chest and body. And, man, this dude's crazy, man. I love it.
Yeah. Oh. Like that time, my favorite around that time was always The Rock. He was
right? You're right. It was close. Because The Rock was always entertaining, too. Between The Rock, Stone Cold. Yeah. Who else? That's about it.
And then he became. I liked him more because when I found out he was from the Bay Area, I liked the Rock. I was like, okay, he's from the Bay.
Rock. And when he was like came in with them other dudes, Farouk and those dudes, man, and Farouk always used to look at Rock. That look he'd give Rock when Rock would be stepping out of line talking. I used to go unconscious, man. Farouk was. Look at this, we're talking WWE instead of football, man. Don't get me started talking WWE, man. Every time I go over friends' houses and I switch to WWE matches, hey, Ron, man, no, man, you got to go home, man. What? I can't believe y'all don't like to watch WWE action. Are you serious?
You know what? I don't watch it anymore.
No, nobody
funny
does.
Is just my wife's grandma. No, my wife's grandma's a big fan. She's about in the 70s, about to hit 80. She loves watching wrestling. So every time she comes over or we have her over, we go to her house. Oh my God, it's like the biggest thing. We have to watch wrestling. She got me like kind of watching, get interested a little bit into it. I haven't watched it for years, but I'm like, it's just funny. You think about your 80-year-old grandma watching over here wrestling.
They're entertaining. It's not as good as it used to be, though. Because the guys that used to come in could talk trash, and they would, they'd have them set up so they'd win all the time. It's just a different character now. Yeah. They're so high skilled now. Too much skill actually. So Hey, but Razor, we made some signings. Razor. Let's see, we talk about the WWE so much. Razor from Mo. Emilio, hey, you just made a couple of signings today. Little signings. We're ticking up on Sunday. Emilio, man, it's time to poop or get off the pot in just 48 hours. Well, we're going to learn some things. Next week's going to be hell week.
Yeah. Just I'm glad with having Mosley back a few with run skill, and then I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I might just showing what pieces we needed. So just waiting for whatever else we can do and whatever else we need on this team, because we should damn needed a corner. So we got one so far. We just got to see what Brett's gonna do, and see what else we can do and what else we can find.
Yeah.
Just send me some more pieces back.
We got to do it. Oh, hey, we left out some people bringing up names like Ric Flair. Was anything funny than Ric Flair? The Undertaker. These are guys. Woo! He'd piss me off. I always wanted to see Rick get his ass kicked, but he would make me laugh after he did a job on somebody. Look right into the camera and do that.
You know what I just seen? Rick into when Shaquille O'Neal was just on wrestling. I don't know what it was, but I watched that.
Exhibitions.
Said, this is hilarious. I said, you got Shaq over here wrestling. I said,
Bret Hart.
Everybody's wrestling now. I said,
the best there is.
That's
going to be the 49ers next year after we finally win it. The best there is. They're the best there ever will be, the
Yeah.
best there ever was. Don't get me started, WWE. We ran out of time talking WWE. Hey, let's see you Sunday.
But you know, right quick, that whole thing with what Phil brought up with D Ford, I know what he's talking about, and it wasn't him working out. It was him being at the facility, because I heard the podcast with Matt Mayock, and he was talking about it. He was like, D Ford has been there every single day. They've been talking to him. I guess somewhat trying to get a deal with him, maybe trying to see if he can kind of move or do what. It's kind of like testing his body, see how good it still is. Or they're trying to see if they can get him to play, or trying to see if we can restructure his contract, and so we don't get hit with all this dead money. So maybe we can structure with. Like we constructed so with the injury, how he had the injury clause in there, so they're trying to figure something out.
Okay,
but he's been there every single day.
No, I'm not surprised.
In the facility every day.
We're talking a lot of money involved here. All right, Emilio, I'm gonna see you Sunday, man. We'll see what happens with that and everything else. All right.
Yeah. Hopefully they figure it out. Maybe they get more money or
they have
see
to.
what it is. But yeah, it's more trying to see how his body. Basically, how his body's doing.
We'll
see what
find
they can
out.
do with him.
All right, fam. I'm gonna see you Sunday. All right.
All right.
Emilio.
All right. You have a nice night.
You too. And who could forget Shawn Michaels? How about Stephanie? Even Stephanie started wrestling at one point. Ellis!
Ronbo.
Ellis. And Stephanie's husband. I just forgot. What's his name? Anyway, Ellis, I know. I'm getting in trouble about talking too much WWE. Hey, Ellis, as you know, it's a Deebo day, talking major trash. I loved it. I'm trying to figure the last time a 49er actually was caught talking like Deebo. But anyway, Deebo, your feeling on Deebo, did he step out of line? Should he remain humble? Should he wait until he accomplishes more? Was it okay? Also, you know about Brunskill signing, and we need not worry about, we're no longer without not one cornerback being signed. Ellis, your thoughts?
Deebo, keep it alive. Keep the team alive, baby. Keep talking. You know,
Triple H, thanks, Twisted Eva. Yes,
he's the one that talks. He's the one that talks, and you know that actually can, you know what I mean, back up what he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but for me, he's young. He'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
The talk is with the play, realistically, and we got to build up some momentum first and get ahead of the pack before we start, you know, getting too. You know what I mean? But it's nice to spice it up a little bit. I like spicy. I like that Deebo's getting spicy already.
And, you want confidence.
He's setting it straight.
Yeah.
100%. When you know, it just depends. You know what I mean? It depends on the person. And as long as you can put up, you know what I'm saying, what you talking, and go ahead, man, keep doing your thing. You know, and he's on my team, so I champion it. And you know. Hopefully, what was it that you were talking about? Somebody else. We said Deebo. We talked about.
We were talking about the signings we got today, because you know.
Yeah, thank God for the Mosley signing was kind of crazy. I didn't know that they signed him straight up, so they got confidence in him. But I know they worked the contract, though it's incentive based, and because he's a quality and good enough player, I'm glad they set it up that way so he can actually achieve that. Probably kind of like in a way like a Richard Sherman would, you know, incentive based, and you know, as long as he's meeting all of his, you know, his requirements within that, you know, the contract and the wording, and man, he's good. He's going to get paid, so that's a good opportunity for Emmanuel Mosley. I'm glad, fam. You know, on that signing, that was a good sign.
And you know, but I see he's going to evolve. You know, because I think E-Man. He has learned and been to every place you can go. That's the thing with this team. They need time to develop and learn. That Super Bowl, I told people after that game when he made that mistake and didn't fall back with Tyreek, that will never happen again. You know, he'll never make that same mistake again. because that was costly.
Yeah.
And the momentum swung immediately from that, right? Because the defense was doing a number before that. Even with the referees not calling holding, the defense was kicking butt, So.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, man. We had a lot of opportunities actually to come back in the Super Bowl, believe it or not. That pass from Jimmy was, that was desperation. That was the last hurrah. You know what I mean? But there was plenty of plays leading up to that point that, on top
that
of course,
shouldn't have been
stuff with the
necessary.
refs and the holding and all the other things, and a couple of bad play calls and maybe a little misassignments here and there. But that's what I mean. There's 11 players, you know what I mean? So it's not on Jimmy. The Super Bowl is definitely not on Jimmy. And
he had his share.
For us.
He had his share of the blame.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So we just gotta know there's plenty of it, plenty to go around. Plenty of blame and plenty of adjustments and things that guys got to start doing. Everybody individually. But I just hope Jimmy's really working hard, and I'm feeling like they're going to restructure him, though, Ronbo, or they're getting rid of him. I think it's one or the other.
Who? What?
As far as Jimmy, they got it. I'm saying, as far as Jimmy, I think you're going to have to. That's going to be the last thing they do because they know because of all of the talking and all of the stuff. They don't want to, you know what I mean? They just want to leave people kind of like guessing for now. Get all the smaller guys out of the way. I see what's going on. Everybody's been pretty much talking about it. And that's what it's looking like. So,
and also,
I'm good with that.
You can pretty much rest assured they've already got. They're going to say, Jimmy, listen, we're going to go as long as we can and as far as we can. But are you willing to restructure if we need to? This is everybody in that building. If you notice anything about the camaraderie, it starts from the top. They're not going to just suddenly walk up on Jimmy and say, okay, we're going to need to restructure you or we're going to have to cut you. There is no way that conversation ever took place. But I could see where, if we need it, we're going to come to you to do this. I could see that because that seems to be that environment would be mostly what you expect.
Yeah, and I like the Brunskill. I like the Brunskill sign. He's been playing solid for us, so I'm glad that we secured, him, and because there's going to be people trying to look for our guys that they feel like may or may not have as much value, and they want to, try to pick and pull, especially in our division. You know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, with us not keeping Ronald Blair, I mean, the Seahawks will probably pick him up like they did to Montre Moore, because they like our seconds, they're like the leftovers.
I think they're looking for intel. I really do.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, look what they got DJ, they're taking anybody that comes from the Niners, but that just says a lot about us when they know that they're so quick to take players from our, they know we got quality guys though. We coach our guys up, pretty good. And I think the personnel picks, they know that we got some pretty solid players. That's why they jumped on DJ Reed so quickly.
And he looked
I'm
good
sure
for
God
him
wanted
too.
to keep him.
Yeah,
he did. He was
the story behind that though, right? They didn't know the Hawks weren't supposed to pick him up. He was supposed to clear waivers, and they were going to bring him back. Hawks jumped in there and did that. I said, what? That was the story behind that? He had a torn pec, remember? Who picks up players with torn pecs? Hawks.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was like, wait a minute, DJ Reed on the Hawks. What's going on? That was kind of shocking to me how that happened out of nowhere because I thought he was injured.
Strange. He was seriously injured. And that's the kind of guy you can waive and should get him back. Else we're out of time. Let me see you Sunday. What's going to be crazy between now and next week? I think we're going to be on a lot next week, laughing and screaming and yelling about, Trent Sard, it's over. I'm looking for that day.
Yeah, it's going to get real interesting, man. I just watched, before we got on the show, I watched some highlights, just real quick. His wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know you've probably heard of him from USC. He reminds me like a Cooper Kupp. He's real gadgety, really good hands. Dope from USC. We'll probably get him in the third or later. But there's a lot of gems out there. And then that safety, Tala Noah Hufanga. That boy's
pretty good. You got that name right
too. So
those names are tough.
Yeah, I played with a lot of poly guys when I was in school, man. So
you put those emphasis on the vowels.
But yeah, peace, brother Ronbo. Thank you for the platform as always, man. Shout out to all of the the good people in the chat. not the haters, not the ones that's being disrespectful. I've seen some guys talking greasy about some guys in the chat calling other people stupid, whoever that guy Philip is. Hey, man, you only talk like that on the internet. So remember that. When you look in the mirror, you can only do that on the internet.
Yep.
Peace and love, Brother Ronbo.
Ellis, appreciate you, fam. I'm going to look for you Sunday.
Always.
Have a good night. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too.
And Mario. Mario.
Hey, Ronbo.
Mario, man. Mario, it's a Rudy type show due to the fact that Deebo really disrespected his team and did it in fine fashion. And I'm saying, Mario, the question is, was Deebo cool? Was he un-49er like, or was he right on time?
Yeah, I think he was right on time. It wasn't too mean, or it was.
He wasn't making things up.
He's just exactly. He's just stating like facts. Like there's no lie to that.
Yeah. So I'm liking his attitude, and if Deebo carries that kind of fire, we got just the kind of player we need. That's the kind of guy like what's the guy we got a couple of years.
That's like I don't know. Kind of reminding me of like Sherman. Like how he used to be like with us.
Sherman. Well, but Deebo's a tough guy, right? So this is more like the guy we picked up that Kyle brought with him from Washington, the wide receiver. That's also a tough guy. I mean, this is the kind of when Kyle came in 2017, he brought a couple of wide receivers. Marquise Goodwin. What was the other guy's name? Can't think of his name right now.
Pierre Garçon?
Yeah. See, Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon.
Nobody ever messed cornerbacks and guys like that. Nobody ever messed with Garçon. Garçon.
Yeah, he was a tough guy.
Yeah, he body slammed. You know the dude that played for the Denver Broncos, the cornerback. Ended up playing for the Rams. Garçon body slammed him during. You know how Denver used to show up with the 49ers for them practice games? Garçon body slammed the dude to jerk the chain off of our wide receiver's neck during that game. And I said, damn, Garçon is a scary dude. Don't piss him off. This is a mistake. Man. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Deebo could be that same kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly. The Pierre Garçon and Marquise Goodwin, they're like speed and strength. That's their power. That's what Kyle Shanahan has.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what he loves.
We're going to need a speed guy this year. I'm wondering, we got to find one this year. Mario, we got to have a speed guy this year. We got to have that 4-3 guy to bust that field. Yeah. I hope they're working on that.
I know we had someone, but
then
he fucking got hurt like everyone else.
I know. Don Brown and that other guy, too, from the Rams. But you know what? It may be Ayuk. Somebody said he can run a 4-3. I'd rather.
He could be a deep ball. I could see it. Just like who's gonna be able to be accurate enough to throw to?
If those guys get loose, remember Jimmy overthrew. It's It's a lot of times that needs to be practiced in practice.
Oh, yeah.
I always wonder how often Jimmy.
They didn't have a lot of practice time. That was the thing too.
The thing about go ahead.
Together, how they never had like a good practice together. Like the whole team had like one practice, and then they all like fell apart with like everyone, like the Yak Bros.
Yeah, with the injuries.
And then Jimmy.
Because something I found out. I looked at Jimmy's college tape the other day just because I was like, everybody's always talking about Jimmy's deep throw. I was looking for it I just wanted a little bit of what he did in college, right? Do you know Jimmy's deep passing in college was stellar? Well, you know what I think? Here's what they need to do. Work on that in practice. Kyle's not people think that Kyle doesn't want to go deep because he doesn't have anybody to do it. What you're seeing, Kyle's picking up guys like Deebo. He likes George Kittle, Ayuk. He got rid of Pettis. He wants to be able to get rid of the ball quickly so as not to stress his offensive line ever. He wants to put the ball in the playmakers' hands and let them do their thing. This is the essence of Kyle Shanahan's offense. He's not about going deep as much as people think. If he's got that guy, he'll tear the middle of the field up for a while and then drop a bomb. But as far as that, Kyle wants that mid-range game and Deebo, George, and Ayuk to wear teams out. He still needs that speed element to do that, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they never really needed to do the deep ball until like when they were like usually like winning the games by running it.
Wear the clock out.
And the play action just works right off that. That's usually how the deep ball
move the
happens.
chains. Yeah, you do need that though. You do need to keep a team honest in that secondary to step back. You want those linebackers to get the hell up off the line of scrimmage. You do need the threat, no matter what. Get that guy out there that's going to scare people back. Get back. So they got to get that guy. I don't know what's going to be though.
Sorry, Ronbo.
No, go ahead.
It kind of cut off for me.
I'm sorry. Say again.
No, the audio kind of cut off for me. My bad.
Okay. Anyway, you got Brunskill, you got Mosley, so we're no longer Brunskill. I already knew Brunskill was going to sign. I didn't know why they didn't sign Mostert. They waited till today to sign Mostert. I don't know why they waited so long, unless they're just trying to figure things out mathematically.
Mosley?
Yeah.
I know they're doing things hella slow. Like
I know, right?
I'm getting like I'm so I don't know. Every day I like seeing like something new happens. And the Niners just throw a glass.
Taking their time.
Something.
Yeah, taking their time.
Yeah,
Taking their time. We'll find out something tomorrow, though, because they can't really just keep taking their time. Time's up.
Yeah, probably every day more and more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week's going to be extremely fun to watch. Really fun to watch.
Exactly. I
Okay.
can't wait for that.
Kyle, what you going to do, man? You guys got, you go steep. You going to keep them or what? God, it's scary.
They haven't. I'm surprised how long it hasn't taken for like Richburg. I thought they would have cut him by now.
No, it's more beneficial if they wait till June 1st. There's less impact on the roster cap, the salary cap, if they wait until June 1st. D Ford, we're hearing stories about him. He's the other guy that everybody thought would get cut. Another June 1st cut, if so. But they've got him in I guess they've got him showing up at the facility every day, checking him out. D, all right, touch your toes. Give me a deep knee, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. First, do not just get his money.
I want to know how healthy he is.
Get something just for showing up.
Oh, yeah. If he passes the physical, if he doesn't pass the physical versus if he does pass the physical, means two different things to the 49ers. So we're going to see what happens with that. So,
all
right,
hopefully, maybe he's healthy.
Yeah, that'd be nice if he could play. I really wish we could.
That's
number one.
Yeah, game changer right there.
Yeah, nice. Mario, I'm gonna see you. Hey, see you Sunday. See what develops. Okay.
All right, later on.
Later, man. Hey, Steven.
Ronbo.
Steven.
Hey. Oh man, we're it's crazy, man. From what I've been hearing and everything, watching all the news about the 49ers. I'm a little sad that Ronald Blair's gone, but I mean, it's a necessary evil, I guess you could say. Emmanuel Mosley's back, so that's another good thing. Emmanuel Mosley is a key piece in the 49ers lineup. But one of the names that keeps bothering me, that keeps me up at night.
Which one?
Is Juice.
I know, right?
When are we gonna keep Juice? Are we gonna let Juice walk? What's gonna happen? Juice wants to be with the 49ers. 49ers want to keep Juice.
He says, the way he's talking though, I think he wants to go to the East Coast.
It hurts because it's like that's where I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's where he started off. He started off on the East Coast. He started out East Side, and then
him and
he
his
came out
wife's
to the West
family
with
are
us.
out there, and if they're thinking about having children, they don't want to be out on the West. I say, Juice, man, everybody, man, you can find 1,000 people to take care of the kid. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, I was listening to the Murph and Mac show. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. My bad.
No, that's good.
But
I love Murph and Mac.
I was listening. So do I. They're great. They
They're
were
funny.
talking about Juice, and they said one thing. He's a one-of-one kind of player. He is
that's
so
the thing.
unique in his
Yeah.
field. And it's like, you know, if the Niners can understand that, like, listen, like, we get it, Juice, you're a fullback, but you play so damn unique, and you play so much better than a lot of fullbacks. You stand out there so much more. If you can just take if you can just take one pay cut and just take an incentive contract for 1 year, maybe even 2 years, you know, we can guarantee you a Super Bowl ring and possibly more money. You know, man, Ronbo, I don't want
Steven,
Juice to
you know
go.
what? There's no place he's going to go to have as much fun at his position as in San Francisco with Kyle. He's thinking more of his family. I don't know why he's thinking so much of his family. I wonder if his wife is like giving him a hard time. I don't think so. I think he's
No, his
thinking
wife
ahead.
wanted him to come to the Niners. His
Yes, I'm
wife
saying-
told him, like, you should
right?
sign with the Niners.
Yeah, because she didn't want to go. There was another place, but I don't know. Stop. Why, Jews? Move some family members out to the West Coast if that's really worrying you that bad.
Trust me, man. It's warmer out here than the East.
Yes.
You like freezing cold all the time? No, no one does, man.
Shoveling out of the
But,
driveways. Come on, man. You don't have to put up with that. So come on.
The one thing I do like, though, is the fact that we got a lot of draft picks.
I know, right?
So that we got, I think, a total. If I'm not mistaken, I think we either got 10 or 11 draft picks.
We got at
I
least
think it was
10 at this hour.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's fine with me. I mean, we sign what we need, and then we use our, I guess you could say, trade capital to move up or down and see what we can get.
Because they got a lot of picks. And
You
if they drop down, Steven, you're going to see the 49ers are already in double digit. If the 49ers are suddenly, we're looking at round 2. 49ers they're now up their ante. Their pot is filled with 14 picks. And can you imagine Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch and Adam Peters and company with that many picks? You know they've done the homework before this draft.
Man.
I can see us sitting there thinking, day 2, day 3, everything. It's Niner time.
Yeah, we got it.
I gotta calm down.
This year we have a really good draft lineup. We have it. We have I think we have the most draft capital out there. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder about that. Who's got more draft picks than us?
I don't think anyone outside of the 49ers. I mean, I think we're top. And I'm gonna be real. I really want Rashawn Slater on this team. I really do. I think it was John that said it. He's just like Joe Staley. You know, he's a very go-getter kind of attitude, and that's what, Kyle Shanahan wants. He's a very,
But the thing is, it's going to depend on if you sign Trent Williams. Because it's like Shea pointed out, Slater has even made it clear, I can play guard, but I'm a left tackle.
But I'm the best left tackle. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm the best left tackle in this draft. And it's like, hey, man, if you're going to come to the Niners, them some fighting words. And I don't think you want to go after Trent.
I know, but you know what? It would be an abuse to him, actually, to bring him in and make him play right. He can't play right or left tackle. He'd be playing guard.
Hear me out on this. I just thought of this right now. Oh, boy. So, if we don't... Oh, man, it's going to be tough. Because we could get Slater. We could give Rashawn Slater. We could put him as guard. But we could also alternate Trent and... what was it? Or actually, no. Now, who plays on left with Trent? I forget. Let me see real quick.
Did you say receiver?
No, not receiver. No. I said Rashawn Slater. Who plays to the left with Trent?
Who plays the left?
Trying to figure it out.
Oh no. Trent doesn't alternate. He stays in for all four downs.
Yeah.
So he's not movable.
Man.
It would be. That's why I keep asking. There's Rashawn Slater's there. You're going to trade down is what you're going to do, Steven. Because somebody's going to say, oh, Niners, please, don't answer the phone. Hear me out. I'm giving you this right now. We've got 5 minutes to go before the commercial break's over. Give me that pick. I want Slater now. Well,
we could draft Slater and use him for trade. We could do that. We could.
You let somebody take Slater. You let somebody take Slater because when they call up, they're going to give you an offer. 4 or 5. We're going to have 5 or 6 guys manning the phones at that particular minute. You take the deal. You got to process quickly. You get what you're going to get. Take the best offer. If you don't want Slater, then go ahead and drop down. Get a bunch of picks. If you don't want, there's several other guys too that could happen. Slater's probably number 1 for that though. So
yeah. But man, Ronbo. And then we also have that QB talk because John Lynch said he does not want another situation like last year. He does not want that.
And he's got CJ and Nick.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I think every one of the 49ers collectively said the same exact thing. Some people, a good half of us said, we don't want Jimmy G either. Yeah. But other people are like, no, we need Jimmy G and we need backups for Jimmy G because if Jimmy G gets hurt, at least we have Josh Rosen, who Josh Rosen, by the way, can play. That man can throw down.
Okay, you know what? I keep forgetting about Josh Rosen. Okay, you know what? We have Josh Rosen. Does Kyle want to save that draft pick? Because you know how Kyle is. Kyle probably looks at every quarterback in this draft as trash. That's the way he is.
Yeah.
Because you need to check certain boxes with him, right? So he's not even thinking about it. He's got Rosen. He's going to work Rosen to death so he can put all his efforts and energy into Rosen. If he gets a rookie, he's going to have to spend time with that rookie because he's a rookie. He needs more attention. So what people have said about this, I'm starting to lean, you know what, he is going to stick with Rosen. That's why he's keeping him. But Rosen's got to make the team, and they say that in some of these articles too. So what do you mean he's got to make the team? Okay, well, I understand that. That's the way it is with everybody. But if he does see some kid he likes in the draft, he is going to go for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the main thing. We got so many draft picks. We could trade for Mac Jones if we get lucky, and let's just say, a unicorn just so happens to pass us by, and we have the opportunity to take it. We go after Zach Wilson. But that's 1 in a million. That's like us winning $1 million.
You get not only this first round pick. Yeah, Zach's going to go number 2 or number 3? I think the Jets are going to go for Zach Wilson. He's already promised for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is Zach Wilson the number 1 prospect that's not named Trey Lawrence or Trevor? Is it Trevor?
I'll be real with you. Yeah, it's Trevor Lawrence. I'll be real with you. I feel like, out of the entire class of QBs that are coming out, there's only 2 QBs that stand out the most to me, and that's Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. And I only say that because Zach Wilson's a very good thrower. That man can really kill it. Trevor Lawrence, everyone's going to be gunning for him. That's the worst thing about being the popular kid in the NCAA is if you're that popular, you're done. They're going after you. They want you. Look at what they.
No, Stephen. Trevor's already looking for a place in Jacksonville area. It's over. It's not even. There's no point in him even showing up. He can just go ahead and report to because his coach.
Move in.
Yeah, his coach is right there. I've got your place. I've got several places we're going to look at today, Trevor. You pick one of them. Doesn't matter which one, and let's get you moved in and settled in. It's already over. So
Yeah, and it's like, Ronbo. Oh, man, like I said, look at what they did to what was his name? Joe Burrow. Guy was the superstar kid of the draft. Mm-hmm. What happened? Got his whole leg broken off. Yeah. That's the initiation when you're popular. You think you're the best? All right, cool. Let's show you how good you really are.
Welcome to the NFL.
Outside of that, I know I'm out of time.
I know. Hey, it's okay. Stephen, get it. We'll see you Sunday and see what develops on the free agency front. All right?
All right, Ronbo. You take care.
All right, fam. You too. Right. Good night.
Good night.
And Blazes, man, I haven't seen you for ever. Thanks for your contribution too. He said, "What's up, my man? Jimmy G's our quarterback." See, Blaze, you must have saw me fighting with people on Twitter. IG. I refuse to back down to the JG haters. Boy, I've developed they're developing attack squads on me now. I love it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
Clearly. Come on in.
How you doing today?
Clarence, man, I'm loving Deebo, man. Deebo's become my favorite wide receiver just because of what he did on that podcast. I couldn't stop laughing. I said, Deebo!
Yeah.
Deebo! That's not how we act in San Francisco. What are you doing? I love it.
I was on hold with you, and I heard somebody talk about that, so I had to hang up and listen to it and come back. So sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Good stuff. He wasn't lying. He wasn't not telling the truth.
Yeah.
It was like this. You know, I haven't lost in 2 years. That's correct. That's not an exaggeration.
And Clarence, when you think about it, I wonder how many 49ers on that team, especially offense, would have said anything, might have been something different, but the mindset would have been the same. Oh, dude, why are you asking me this? We've beaten that team every time we've seen them since I've been here. You know, even the Rams had 1 year against us in the last 4, right? Or 5, I don't know how many years it's been. But they had 1 year against us that they did well. Every rest of the time, we just kicked their butts up and down the field every time. They made it a little close last 2019 as we had to pull it out in the last minute or so. But McVay was still looking like somebody peed on him in the fourth quarter. I've got that shot. I need to have it framed so I can hang it up on this wall. When Jimmy went downfield and Jalen Ramsey screwed up and he thought his safety was going to cover Emmanuel Sanders. Deep down in L.A. territory, here come the Niners, and McVay looks sick. Game over. Niners win it. See, so, yes, if you ask about the Rams, I'm going to talk trash. I have license to, and they did.
That's right.
Rudy!
That's right. But that podcast was really revealing to me about how his mentality is towards the game and everything else. And saying that with all the stuff going on about who's going to be the quarterback, who are we going to sign, the thing that you really have to look at and answer the question is, but is this guy, does he just play his position or is he a football player? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to have that mentality. And I think Kyle realized that after he had what's his name? Had Pettis all those times, and he wasn't that guy. He wasn't Deebo. He wasn't now Ayuk. He wasn't Kill. He wasn't the guy that would, that's going to lay down and, get dirty and do anything that you have to do, make that catch to, get that extra yard, et cetera, and so forth. So that's what you got to. That's the question you got to answer about whoever they're trying to sign.
And you know what? Excellent point,
they're trying
because
to draft.
What? Yes, because you look at Jalen Hurd, another battering ram. You picked up Jalen Hurd and Deebo in the same draft. You weren't worried about speed, guys getting deep downfield, or anything like that. I just want to get that ball in a playmaker's hands and watch him destroy things, move the chains, ruin the other team's morale. Just basically mentally take them apart, physically and mentally, to the point you lose heart. Football's that kind of a game. You intimidate and beat me up, it's going to mess with my psyche. Now I'm cautious.
Exactly.
Now I'm a little less teeing off. A lot of things will change. You lose.
Yeah, you want to take their soul is what you want to do, Ronbo. You want to take their soul.
That's what you do. Talk
That's
trash.
what you got to do. And like I said, with the draft coming up, I watched the Trey Lance throwing session, this pro day.
Yeah. How do you look?
He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
He got a nice write up.
He's got a cannon. Dude, that dude's got a cannon, dude. I'm sort of guy that's like when he throws those ropes, they're ropes, dude. He's good, and he technically plays in a pro system already. So who knows? You never know. You never know with this team like this. We could just draft another defensive lineman like we always do.
I know, right? But you know what? I like the defensive line we've gotten so far. We got to see what Javon can do next year, and get really excited about that. If Nick comes back, That's Javon's sensei. You know, that's going to make Javon an even better football player. I tell you, if Javon Kinlaw with that athleticism comes back firing, we got something there.
You got the you got the possum by the mouth. You know that boy's hard. You know that boy don't play. You got he hunts. He's he's got that mentality. It's like, I don't know, you watched any of that Senior Bowl game, that kid from Wisconsin Whitewater College, the kid that looks like a lumberjack, the lineman,
offensive lineman.
Yeah, Quillen Miners, I think is the name of it. Something like that.
I've heard about somebody with that description you're talking about.
That guy's a football player.
Yeah. See, those are the guys that they don't pour milk on their cereal. They eat the cereal and the box.
Eat it regular.
We've all known tough guys.
Not even water.
You know. Hey, in fact, don't even take it out of the box. Just blank through the cardboard. Yeah, everybody's seen, and if you played ball, you've always been around these guys, and you wonder what kind of mind they have. You joke with them, but you always keep the conversation where they can handle it and don't say the wrong thing. You ever had that kind of respect and caution for dudes? I had it in high school for several guys. Tom Nonaman, Bill Bingaman, we had a couple. Oh man, Bill Settles. Man, there were some guys that just scared me just by their presence on the field.
Exactly. That's what you want. That's what you want. I hope they sign Williams. I know that's what they're trying to get that figured out. And it's like, is Jimmy gonna restructure, take a pay cut, do something?
If they ask him,
with everybody, with all the other folks, giving up money, like
Brady.
Breeze restructured his contract. Brady. What's his name? Restructured his contract for $19 million in savings. So
Yeah. All right. Hey, even Mahomes, when you're getting paid much money as Mahomes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was right. Mahomes, $19 million. Yeah, that's a lot.
Not for him. He's getting paid $1 billion a year. You know what'd be really funny? The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, right? Dak didn't escape Dak $40 million a year. Now, next week, Dak, can we talk to you? What? Dak, I'm going to need for you to restructure. I know we just did this the other day. Oh, Jerry, you got to be kidding me.
I need some money back. But, yeah.
But Saturday Night Live, it's got to be on there. Oh, God, because the Cowboys got no money now.
Right.
What? Oh.
Well, let's put it this way. They never not have money.
I know, right?
It's just a matter of how much tax they want. How much tax do they want to pay, or whatever?
Are they paying penalty fees? Because who's the edge rusher on that team?
They got to.
He gets paid $20. Amari Cooper's $100 million. Zeke gets paid how much? How do you do this?
Well, I said.
Okay.
There's a lot of cap gymnastics going around, and they're learning from the guy that does the best, and Marate. So, he plays it. He's got to go next level with some of this. Like, we're just gonna backload this as a signing bonus, pay that, and then boom, you're done. Cap numbers instead of 12 million, it's like 2 million.
He'll figure it out though. If anybody can do it, he can do it. Clarence, we gotta go. We're having too much fun. We're overtime.
Hey man, sorry I ran late.
That's okay.
You have a good night. God bless you.
Same to you,
Shout
fam.
out to all the fams. Y'all good night. Peace.
All right, fam. You too. See you Sunday if you get a chance.
I'll try.
All right. Hey, Darius.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Oh, Darius, man, I'm loving my Deebo's all of a sudden. I got to get his jersey as soon as possible, man. The dude is my favorite dude, man. And this goes outside of football. Anybody that's got that kind of heart, I mean, that's my kind of guy, man. I'm looking forward to Deebo, and the Rams are waiting for him. You know that, don't you, Darius? They heard about this, and I'm not scared for him because I know if they do jump in his face, they'll lay him out. But I mean, it's gonna be funny to see. That rivalry's gonna be heating up, Darius. I think it's gonna be our favorite series next year. 49ers versus Rams. If the Rams can find enough money or not have to cut their whole team,
Oh, well, they got 30 million. They're 30 million in debt, so they have negative 30 million in cap space. Unless they cut like Aaron Donald, they're not gonna get any more cap space. So they got. That's what happens when you pay two mediocre receivers like Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods $15 million a year. You pay Jared Goff $35 million a year, and then you make Jalen Ramsey the highest paid corner in NFL history. Just a lot of, and don't forget the Todd Gurley situation. It's just a lot of boneheads within that organization. That's why they haven't done jack shit in their whole existence. So,
Good night, Coach.
Besides that one Super Bowl they got, I mean, do they even? Yeah, they got one Super Bowl, early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Or like late 90s. Other than
but that was in St. Louis. That wasn't in L.A. Yeah.
Right.
So,
that was
the Rams.
that was instant. Yeah. But Ronbo, I originally wasn't planning on calling until I was scrolling through, Instagram and Twitter. I said, Chiefs released left tackle Eric Fisher.
Yeah.
Releasing all-pro right tackle Mitchell Schwartz.
Yeah, both of them.
Ronbo, I was having a field day. This is what happens when you pay a quarterback $50 million a year. You can't sign anybody else. You have no cap space, and I'm pretty sure they still don't have any cap space, despite releasing those guys.
Hey, listen, there's not in our lifetime, Mahomes. No. Not. Let's give it another 10 years. They're never gonna have cap space again. You can't pay a quarterback $1 billion.
They're paying. Just last offseason, right after Kittle got his extension, they gave Travis Kelce a $15 million extension, right? Frank Clark, their D-end, is getting $17 million a year. Chris Jones, their defensive tackle, is getting $20 million a year.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu doing like 15-some million a year. Tyreek Hill doing like 15-some million a year. Oh my
Hardman's
goodness!
Gonna be paid.
Like,
yeah.
Hardman's mediocre. Hardman might get paid like $7 million, but it's just like
comparatively.
This is what happens when you put too much into for maybe one Super Bowl, and you don't try to invest for a long period of time. And a lot of our fans want us to do that with getting Deshaun Watson. Of course, if you get Deshaun Watson, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Then you get one, maybe one Super Bowl, but then you got to cut half your team because you're not gonna have any more cap space.
Because Deshaun's a great example too. Because the fact is, Deshaun wanted to win 4 games here and there. I mean, what is that? He doesn't have any. But he had some pretty good players around him. 1 year, that year that they went 10-6, went to the playoffs, and for some reason blew a 30-point lead.
So Deshaun Watson's been in the NFL. This was his 4th year. His first year, he tore his ACL, but he made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he went like 11-5 one year, and then the year before last year, it's when they choked the game against the Chiefs in the playoffs. He's made the playoffs twice, but that's just because he had D-Hop, right? I mean, he had D-Hop, he had Will Fuller.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got the best wide receiver in the NFL. Basically, it's arguably
right. Yeah. Ronbo, I got a question for you. So, let's just say somehow Slater falls to 12.
I know, right? Go ahead.
And we got Caleb Farley also there at 12. What would you do, Ronbo? Would you take Slater or would you take Farley?
You know what? I'm that kind of a guy that's got heart for a man that doesn't want to come in and play just any position for me. I'm going to take Farley.
Right.
He's not. He's not a guard. He already told people, look, I'm a left tackle. Joe Staley's my hero, man. I like Trent Williams. So I'm not going to bring him in and make him pay someone else.
So what you tell me is you would take Slater if you don't re-sign Trent?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd trade up to get him.
I mean, yeah. But let's say, right? Yeah. Okay, but let's say because I heard rumors about the Colts were calling about McGlinchey, right? Then what would you do? Would you put Slater at right tackle? Because what happened is, this is what I'm saying, right? McGlinchey played left tackle in college. Made him a right tackle. Right?
And they could put him in left tackle over in Indy.
Yes, exactly. That's why they want him, because their left tackle retired.
I know.
Anthony Costanzo of the Colts retired, and then Mike McGlinchey and Quentin Nelson played together in college.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Quentin Nelson was a left guard. McGlinchey was a left tackle.
And they were just
drafted him and he
evil
moved him to
off
right
of that
tackle
side of the field.
Staley.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Damn.
So if the Colts somehow do get McGlinchey to play left tackle for them, would you want Slater to play right tackle? Because I don't want Slater to come in and decline the same way that happened to Mike because he's playing out of position. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely do. Darius, there's got to be another kid in the college ranks that could play right tackle.
Maybe that one guy from Alabama, maybe.
Yeah, get somebody who actually plays right tackle. Don't force a kid that played left tackle at school and has a certain kind of footwork. It's a whole different position, actually. And then expect him to do well on the right side.
Yeah, because that's what I think happened to Mike. I think if you put him at left tackle, he would be a way better left tackle than he would be your right tackle. It's just there's no debate about it. When you can't just, especially coming into the NFL, when you switch.
Where it's going to get tougher.
In college, he's switching to the NFL. Oh, Jesus.
I know.
So I think that has to do with the struggles, but
yeah, I that's got to be part of it because he was really good. Well, they said he was never fantastic at left tackle, but he did an adequate job.
I was watching I was just rewatching the combine, and I mean not the combine, the draft of that year, and even like when we drafted him, they said this guy's a fantastic run blocker. He can do anything more in the run game. His pass blocking is. It's still iffy.
Questionable.
Unfortunately, he hasn't developed his pass blocking.
See, but Kyle wants to run the ball, and you bring Michael Glinchey in here, and he's just a machine going downfield.
And that's why we got. I'm still mad about this, but that's why we got rid of Trent Brown. Like I love Trent Brown. Trent Brown could actually pass pro, and we.
Yeah.
Hey, so we got rid of him, but I don't know. We downgraded. In my opinion, we downgraded right tackle, getting rid of Trent Brown, but.
We did.
If you want to run the game, if you want to run the ball, yeah, sure, take Mike Glinchey. But if I just want an overall lineman, I'll take Trent Brown over Mike Glinchey any day of the week. And that's just
you didn't get any argument either from many 49er fans. So here's the thing, though, Darius. Mike McGlinchey, we see his faux pas during the game, but we don't see them all game long. But we see them, the few that he has, really stand out. I keep wondering if the coaching staff can fix that.
Yeah, but like, Ronbo getting beat by DB? Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. You can't be doing that. You can't be getting beat by. You can't let a defensive back out muscle you.
Out muscle you. If he beats you is one thing, but to knock you on your butt, get up and go sit down.
That Saints game was horrible. They just went right. He put him on his ass. And that wasn't even just once. It was like 3 times. It was horrendous to watch.
Don't remind me, please. Darius, we're gonna go. I'll see you Sunday, and hold on because something's gonna happen between now and then. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy Saturday, I know. And Monday, Sunday and Monday.
Does it start on Monday or Tuesday, or when does it start?
Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
15th.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Be looking for you. Looking for you Sunday, though.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Night. Oh, God, yes. So many questions. We're going to find out a lot of things between now and this time next week, fam. Whoa. We got to get down here. Is Israel Cardenas? I haven't talked to you. See you in a while. Is it, sup? Brunskill is back to pick on Donald. That is, as MC says, I'm gone. Best do the Trent Baalke voice on trying to sign our key players.
Trent, it's been a policy of mine to always make sure, in order for me to do my job, is to make sure that you can do your job. And right now, I've got a deal for you. Listen, there's going to be a lot of other money offered you, and I already know that, and I've talked to some of the people that want to do that deal. In fact, I've filled a few deals that people offered me a hell of a lot under the table just to get you on their team. So what I'm telling you is this. 49ers tradition goes back, and it's actually the standard for organizations in the NFL. So if you want to be a part of that, I'll have you sign this deal, and let's go win that Super Bowl. And I tell you right now, mainly because of you. What do you think?
I heard about you, Trent. I heard about your little pep talks, man. You know what? And I heard what you did to Colin Kaepernick. Okay.
Listen, Colin Kaepernick and I, we had our differences, but we respected one another.
Who got me started doing this? Don't it make me act silly? Fam, I'll see you Sunday. And thanks for the contributions tonight, fam. Appreciate you. You know this. And, wow, brace yourself, fam. The stuff is going to get crazy between now and Sunday. I tell you right now. Monday, oh, my Lord. Hey, fam, have a great evening. I can't wait to see you Sunday. Hey, we got Red Gold GM coming up. Tony's going to be in to tell you about his free agency and his draft. Get ready for that. And, of course, we'll follow out with Showtime. What? Oh, hey, Coach already left, but he says, shall I name them? I forget what the question was. It must be talking about the people who are passing out propaganda. Stephen A. Smith, 2 times. Dan Orlovsky, 3 times. Jamie Dukes, 3 times. Colin Cowherd, 2 times. Cone. Red sitting here 2 times. And others, 1 times the minimum. Kyle and Lynch both endorsed him, so I'm good with that. Oh, maybe, are we talking about Jimmy? Maybe. You know, and Coach also says, hey, you know we could draft 2 wide receivers in this draft, right? With Hurd, Jennings, with Hurd, Jennings, and Deebo hurt with bad injuries, and Taylor and James are free agents, we won't pay. We could see 2 picks go to the wide receiver. Wow. There's some more food for thought. We got to find out what's going to happen to these guys, though, between now. You know, though, if you were going to wouldn't you release them now, though, if you're not going to re-sign them? Coach, that's a real dilemma with me. I don't understand what they're thinking. Richie James and Trent Taylor? Why would you wait till the last minute to say, guys, we're going to go in a different direction this year, and we're going to go ahead and let you get out there and look through the market and get some things done? Why would you wait until cut them? That would be wrong.
You know, unless you were Trent Baalke, and I'd tell you, you know, these guys, I don't know these guys a thing. If they want to play football, they know what they got themselves into and what they signed up for. So it's not my problem. It's theirs. You know, either play better football and you have to worry about that situation.
Fam, see you Sunday. Oh.